Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the official Lotro Twitch stream. There we go. Getting my closed captions going. So if you are a closed caption wanting person, you should see a little thing down in the far corner over that way. There should be like a little CC in brackets for you. So I was just going through some of my class deeds while I was waiting to go live here. So I'm just like, wait, what is Merciful Shot? I have not been paying attention to that one. So let me throw that on my bar. I also have over here on my, what I call my social bar, I've been trying to put them there so that way when I'm standing around, I just kind of go one of these, one of these, one of these, and just work my way through, which is great because what I managed to just do is to finish the focus one, which is that one right there. And you have to do that 500 times. So I have focused 500 times. Hoorah! All right, let me lock my bar so I don't unintentionally like slide something off by mistake. But yeah, so the nice thing is when you do finish these class deeds, so like I got 5 Lotra points from that, so that's neato. And hey Tulip Annie, how's it going? Hello everyone. Hi Saren, 1982, good to see you. Thanks for coming by everybody. So, oh yeah, so I finished that and then I've got this deed completed. So it did 2 things for me because I finished Focused and Ready. And so Focused and Ready was this one, which was use the skill Focus 500 times. Did that, which then finished off Class Deed Tier 3, which was Focused and Ready, Swift and Sharp, and the quest, the Hunter's Path, which was, I think, Find the Path a gazillion times. That gives you a class trait point. So I now have a class trait point to play around with. I might wait until I get one of the next, I don't know, we'll see. I just, you know, I spend my points all over the place. So, all right, but enough of that. So why are we here? We're here to do Haunted Burrow. That's why we're here, right? So I am all in my festival outfit here. Let's show you my cool little festival outfit. So I am ready to go. Let's check out some festival stuff, right? So this is the outfit. This is 3 different parts that you can get at the festival for festival tokens. And this is, so it's the dress part here, the cape back here, and then the hat and the shoulders come as one piece. So this is all one piece here, the hat down to the face, around the face here, and onto the shoulders. So what I did is I have dyed mine Shire Peach because it normally comes in a different color. So I tell you what, let's go up the hill. I'll show you where you can get this too. So, and also I have the mount from this festival. There's a couple of mounts. And so this is the Steed of the Autumn Sage. So I'm writing that. And the outfit, I'm pretty sure, is the Autumn Sage stuff also. Here, it's like the vestments of the Autumn Sage and the hat and cowl of the Autumn Sage, right? Yeah, we'll go double check. We'll go look at our person. And I just realized I came through this week and worked on, what did I work on? Eriador. Let me grab my D-log. Eriador, not Bree. The Shire. I worked on the Shire this week. And I completed all of the deeds of the Shire. Yay! So that means Life of a Bounder, and then Advanced, and then Final. So I was like, cool, I thought I was done. And then I saw that Bounder walking by and he had a ring over his head. And I was like, wait a minute. But apparently I get to go talk to the head Bounder. Oh, that's not, let's see, where's my quest log? Here we go. The Bounder of Great Merit. So I got to go talk to Second Sheriff Bodo Bunce and in Mickledelving, and then he's going to give me the Bounder Sheriff's cap. So I'll get 2 feathers. It's exciting. And some Mathams, which I'm actually at max reputation with them now, so that will not be useful. But I got a title, Honorary Sheriff, once I turn that in. So we will do that later. But yeah, I didn't realize I had yet another one to do. Because, oh my gosh, it was so funny. I went through and I was doing all of the deeds, all the Slayer deeds. I did all the pies and the mail deliveries. And then I was like, there was nothing left on the page except for, the one where you have to do Life of a Bounder, where you have to do quests within the Shire. It says 75 there, and I was at 74 out of 75, and I had finished everything in the deed log. I was like, oh, darn it. I guess I'll need to go find a quest to just do a quest, right? And then I realized I'm standing there in front of Holly Hornblower because I just finished the pies, and I looked at her and she had a ring. I was like, oh. So she had the final, golly gee, thanks so much, and whatever it was that she gives you. So that finished me off in the Shire. I was like, yes. I did not have to go and find another quest to do. So yeah, I should remember that there was a follow-on with the sheriffs, because she has the follow-on, and the postmaster has a follow-on. So I should remember that the Bounders have a kind of a wrap-up. Golly gee, thanks. We really appreciate your help. Okay, so here I am at the party tree, and this is where the majority of things are that are happening for this festival. What are they wearing? Oh, that is another set that you can get. So they're wearing the hat and cowl like I am, but the outfit that they're wearing is actually a different set. That's a nicely put together. Oh, and then the wings, those are the crow wings? No, that's not right. Those, but you can get those wings from her also. Well, we can just inspect this person if they're inspectable. Let's see, what are you wearing? You are wearing, not that. Nope. No, that's nice. Ooh, nice choice of colors there. It's showing the cape, but I'm pretty sure they probably aren't wearing the cape like when they're wearing it. There we go. So they're wearing the tunic of the Autumn Traveler, right. So they have the tunic and trousers of the Autumn Traveler, which is a nice set. And that's the set that if you get the cape, the back, it has the two pieces that flow separately. That's one of my favorites. I like that one a lot. And then they're wearing, yes, the cowl and hat of the Autumn Sage, which is like what I'm wearing, but they've dyed theirs orange, it looks like. And they've got the cosmetic raven wings. That's it, raven wings. And then they're wearing the tunic. Yeah, so they're wearing the tunic and the trousers of the Autumn Traveler there. That is a really nice set too. There's some really good cosmetics. Oh, here we go. We've got another one. They are wearing, I recognize this as well. It looks good on a dwarf. Oops, not legendary. I don't need to see your legendary items. There we go. Because you don't have any yet. Oh, hey, that's another piece. That is the Hobrick, the Autumn Leaf Mail Hobrick, and that's in its original color, like that, but it dyes up really well. The bottom part is what dyes up. Let's see, but they are, nope, not wearing that. Cute. Here we go. So they've got the mask of the Autumn Wanderer. I'm not big on the masks, but I mean, that one, it is kind of cool, It does kind of remind me a little bit of like, the masks of like middle ages, the doctor's masks. Anyway, the traveling robes of the Autumn Wanderer. That's what they were wearing. They just changed. And let's see. Oh, and then the cloak of the Autumn Wanderer. That's another nice one. It's kind of like it looks like feathers and stuff. That's a good one. All right, so we're gonna go talk to Rosa. Hello, Rosa Hornblower. Show me all the good stuff. So let's go ahead and look at the categories real quick. New items is a little bit of a misnomer because there were no new items this year, so that might be last year's new items, which was fine. Last year's new items were so good, like so amazing. Hey, good to see you just right. Welcome. We're looking at the good stuff that's for sale by our handy dandy Rosa Hornblower Festival Barterer. So there's 2 steeds that you can get for festival tokens. There's the Steed of the Autumn Sage, and that's the one I was riding. And then there's the Steed of the Autumn Traveler, which is it's an elk, and the Steed of the Autumn Sage has more orange coloring in the tack, all the stuff that's on the horse or on the steed. The Steed of the Autumn Traveler has more reds, and it's an elk. So, but wow, it's gorgeous too. They're both really, really lovely. I'm riding the Autumn Sage, and Affodil's riding the Autumn Traveler, and it's a good set. So, yes, thank you. Oh, Extra Life. Golly, I can't believe I totally spaced that out. Thank you, Mubot. We are coming up to Extra Life. They have so Extra Life is an event. It's a whole charity. I guess it used to be like a one-day thing, but now it's kind of all year round. But you can, as like a gamer, you can decide to participate in various ways, like, hey, I'm gonna game for X number of hours or whatever, and encourage people to donate. So what does Extra Life do? The money goes to children's hospitals in North America. So they don't turn anybody away based on their financial situation. Like they just, if your kid is sick, then bring them in and they do what they can, right? So, and that's all children's stuff, just all focused on children and their specific needs. So, so every fall, like November 6th is this year, so there will be a lot of people streaming that day all over the place, and just spending like 24 hours. Maybe sometimes they'll do, goofy things if you donate, or, I know they're doing like goofy voices, I think, if you donate, things like that. So, so I'm participating, and it's up above my head over here on the screen. I am on the Standing Stone Games team. So I am participating, and I decided to go ahead and have any funds that are raised during my streams will go to the same hospital they are supporting, which is Boston Children's Hospital. And so you can tell the team, let's see, I'm just looking at it. The team goal is 20,000, and so far we've already raised 13,000. So that is awesome. And I set a personal goal of raising $250 since this was my first time participating. And I'm like, I know this community is awesome, and so I'll try to set what I hope is a reasonable goal, but still something that is substantial enough that it's going to help out. So, so already we're halfway there, and we're not even on the day. So that's pretty awesome. So I really thank everybody who has donated or will be donating or encourages others to donate. So thank you so much for helping out with that. Also, in the chat, you can see the link to Standing Stone Games team, and then you can see the link to my direct participation. So if you just want to go straight to my page to donate, you can do that. And if you donate, there's a post on the forums, which I think we have that. Yeah, we do. You got it? Okay. Awesome. You can go to that thread on the forums, and you can get stuff for the game, for Lotro. There's cosmetic pets, there's titles, other things like that, that SSG basically says, thank you for donating, and we'll here's our way to thank you for being a good charitable person. So donate money, goes to help kids, and you get cool stuff in the game. Can't beat that, right? Oh yeah, there's I think a tome of the Cozy Cat. I want that. Oh, I want to get that. So, all right, all right, we're looking at goodies. So the Steeds, both of the Steeds, pretty awesome. Oh yeah, Extra Life, you can get Steeds for donating too. So follow that link. There's some good stuff. Yes, thanks. I love it. You're on the right track. Boom. Okay, so what else does Rosa Hornblower here have for festival tokens, though? Back to the festival. So we've got a whole bunch of pets, cosmetic pets. The Tome of the Harbinger of the Sage's Storm, I think that's like a crow. I think I haven't gotten that one yet. We'll get that. And then there's the soot-feathered crow. That one's definitely a crow. So there's a whole page of cosmetic pets there, and I have about half of them so far. There's dies. So what I've noticed they do in the festivals is they'll have 4 dies that are available, and 2 of them you can get with mithril coins, and 2 of them you can get with festival tokens. So this year, it's the Autumn Leaf and Twilight Purple that you can get with festival tokens, and then the Imladris Fallen Leaf and Ashen Glades Green are for mithril. Next year, it'll be the other way around. So you can get the Autumn Leaf and the Twilight Purple for mithril, and Imladris Fallen Leaf and Ashen Glades Green for the festival tokens. So so what I try to do is I try to get enough so that I'm stocked up for basically the 2-year cycle, so that by the time we come back to 2 years later, I'm ready to stock up again. So just keep that in mind, that if you are a die hoarder, as I am, and I will show you, I've hardly even started, it feels like, because I got a die carry-all. That was something that was available if you got the biggest tier of the Gundabad expansion coming up, Fate of Gundabad. So I went ahead and bought that because I wanted this die carry-all. I'm not gonna lie. That was like my main motivation. I mean, yes, the expansion will be cool too, eventually when I get to it. So, but yes, so I've just barely started hoarding dies here. Like, this thing isn't even half full, because, I've only been, the server's only been open for like 4 months. So there's a whole bunch of dies we haven't seen yet. And there's a whole bunch of dies we can't get yet because the highest you can get is, the highest tier you can do is Master right now. So there's a whole bunch of dies that you can't even get in the game yet unless you buy them with mithril coins from like Lalia's Market. Okay, so get your dies, stock up, good plan. All right, so cosmetic clothing, you can buy gift boxes. I don't know if there's anybody out here who hasn't seen this before. Basically, a lot of the cosmetics, when you buy it from the person, from your vendor here, they're bound to you. If you ever wanted to buy any of the festival cosmetics for somebody else, you can get them in a gift box. So, if I still wanted like the autumn leaf mail shoulders, I could buy that and I could give it away to somebody. Or I could buy it and use it for myself. It's the same price. So it's, you can, some of them are choice boxes. So you would have to choose which one of the thing in the box you want. So that's also, oh yeah, here we go, gift wrapped selection box. So if you wanted to give somebody one of the items of the Autumn Traveler, but you didn't know which one they have and which one they don't have, you can just give them the gift box and they can pick it out of there. So again, it's the same price as the actual item. So you're not saving or losing any money by choosing the box versus the actual item. But anyway, it's really cool that they did that you can get a gift box and give it to somebody. That way it's a way to pick up a thing and have it not bound until it's open. Once you open the box, that's when the binding happens. So that's cool, and I've noticed that, and I think all the festivals have that, which I like that. Now, if there's any of the fall festival steeds that you're trying to get and you wanted a specific one but it's not available anymore, they're offering most of them for mithril coins. So like, the Steed of Elder Autumn, if I really wanted that, I could spend 70 mithril coins and get it. Yes, hello there, we are talking gifts. Yes, we like gifts. Gifts are cool. I was saying that if you want to get something at one of the festivals, like maybe you have a bunch of tokens and the person you are working with or running around with, or your sweetie or whatever, or an alt that's on another account, if you want to get it for them, usually when you buy a cosmetic, it's bound to you these days. And so this is a way that you can get it, give it to somebody else in the box, and then when they open it, it's bound to them. But at least you can purchase it with the tokens that you have and help them out. We're doing that a bit, me and Affidel, because I decided to go crazy this festival, and I'm running 10 characters through the festival every day. And Affidel is being more sane than that. Hello, Affidel. And so she is just, I think, running possibly just herself through the festival, which is way smarter, on this server at least. And so I'm helping her get a bunch of the pets and things that she wants. Yeah, so if I wanted to buy her any of the outfit items, that would be a way for me to do that. All right, so yes, festival steeds. There's, yep, you can buy them for mithril, but the Harbinger of the Autumn Night, I think, I think that's when do I have that? Let me look at my collections panel. The collections panel is Shift C, by the way, if you were looking for that. And I want to know, I don't think I have the Harbinger. Oh, it would show me if I had it, because it would be red. See how this box around it is kind of reddish, whereas the box around this one is kind of grayish. That's how you can tell that I can still purchase it for me. So, oh yeah, this one, so pretty. Look at that one. A little scary though. A little scary for my little hobbity. All right, I don't think she's going to worry too much about having that right now, but someday, because I do get kind of completionist when it comes to mounts and pets. So someday we'll be buying that, but not today. Not today. Okay, what else have we got here? So we looked at the steeds that are for mithril. Essences and legendary items. Don't even need to worry about that yet. Because, so I'm on the Treebeard server. And the Treebeard server is a slower progression. And it just opened like 4 months ago. And so we are only at level 50 is our cap right now. So Angmar is the farthest we go. So we don't have legendary items yet. We will be soon, though. We will be soon. So yes, got to catch them all. Got to catch all the pets. Got to catch all the mounts. It's there's so much to do. So much to do. So yeah, and the emotes eventually, but I'm not as worried about the emotes. But yeah, so there's a lot of pets still to get. So one of the things I really like though is if you're like, well, how do I get this? Like the cozy gray cat, available through barter during the anniversary festival. Neat. What about this dappled tricolored cat, available in the Lotro store, right? Like I really appreciate that they tell you how you can get them. So if I want all the cats that are in, do I have any of the cats? I have the black cat. So I have one out of the 7. Ooh, a ginger cat. That one I can barter once I'm kindred with the Rangers of Ithilien. So little ways from now. We won't be there yet. Available for Figments of Splendor or in a loot box. Ooh, yeah. Wonder who sells that one then. So Figments of Splendor, you go, okay, wait, which Figments of Splendor vendor, right? We have to figure that out. That's why it's really nice if you go to the Lotro wiki. People are pretty good about putting stuff there. Oh, the rat catcher cat. That one goes on sale every so often in the Lotro store, and I get very tempted. Okay, so anyway, enough of my collection. So here's all the cosmetics that they have. So, okay, so previously on Lotro Cosmetics, I can't remember how to do a thing. All right, so let me do the dressing room. Where am I going to put myself? I'll put myself over here. You see me all right over there? Yeah. Okay. So, and then, no, you can't. I'll move stuff around. Hang on a second. Can't remember how to do things. Oh my goodness. Sometimes I forget how to click. Let me close the dressing room for a second. Okay. I think it's Control right click. No, that puts it in the chat. Shift right click? No. Control left click? There we go. Thank you. I know, right? Okay, so let's, so if this is the, there we go. There's the tunics and the trousers of the Autumn Traveler. And that's their basic color. That's some really good colors. It also dyes up really well. Like for one of my original characters, oh, that's the hat. The chest, I didn't do it in a dark green. I did it in a different green. Maybe it was an olive. One of my characters, I did it in all of a green. I think it was a little bit darker green than that, but still, it looks really good. Now just ignore the hat thing. Let me throw on a different hat. Let's throw on the Harvest Brew hat. No, seriously. Maybe because it's a cowl that I'm, here, let me just pick a different outfit. I have to do this sometimes when I'm like, I just want to see those pants, and I tend to wear dresses with my character a lot. So we'll just throw on the equipment outfit for a minute. I know it won't look anywhere near as good. So reset. It'll reset to what I'm wearing. Wearing a hooded cloak, that could be a problem. We won't be able to see. Let me pick a different cloak. All right, let's see the raven wings. Look at those. Aren't those cute? Although I do say I'm a fan of the bee wings. They're hilarious. Really shiny. I like them shiny. But oh, check this out. Okay, so this is the cloak of the Autumn Traveler. And let me spin around here. Oh, hey, Retro Cave. Welcome. Yes. Awesome. Did you get the elk yet? Or you're probably still working on getting tokens, aren't you? Bee wings and the dwarf are hilarious. I think the cosmetics, some of these cosmetics on the dwarves are just, it's like the juxtaposition is so good. I really like it. All right, so here's the tunic and trousers of the Autumn Traveler. Just ignore those shoulders. Apparently I'm wearing some fun shoulders. Yeah, so check out the the way that drapes, just like, it just swooshes, and oh, it's so good. This is one of my favorites cosmetics. I try to get this every time I start on a new server. If I don't, the first time this festival comes around, I try to get this one because it's so good. And yes, of course, it dyes well. I mean, that's always the first question, right? How well does it dye? I mean, look at it in black. Oh, it's just stunning in black. Yeah, this whole outfit actually in black is really good. Let's see, the chest and the legs. Look at that. That's just stunning. So good. Ah, that's so good. So I'm really glad I have that outfit. Okay, so we're gonna reset because we want to get rid of, you know what? What if I get rid of your, no, not the hat. Get rid of your cloak. Ah, now you can see what I'm wearing. Let's get rid of these things. We don't care what we're holding. Okay, let's reset you now. There we go. Look at that helmet. Yeah, you don't get to see my armor outfit very often. I'm usually wearing something else. So there's the traveling robes of the Autumn Wanderer. And also, again, it's a really good set. I mean, a really good outfit. And let's see, chest color. Let's try it in gold. Look at that. Now you can see all the little detail that if I wasn't carrying a sword, it'd be even easier to see. But you can see all the little detail that they put into the outfit and down the front as well, that front panel. So that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, a lot to do now. I know, right? Oh, Retro Cave, if you get into cosmetics too, you're gonna be like here forever. So there's the Hobrick that we saw that dwarf wearing. That's the Autumn Leaf Mail one. Here's the dress. And it's showing us in gold because I set this to gold. So what happens when you're playing with the wardrobe is if you set something to a particular color because you wanted to see what it looked like, everything else you try on at that time is gonna come in at that color. See, so everything's coming in the gold color right now. Now that bottom isn't though because I didn't change the legs, right? So we're gonna reset. Now it'll give me everything in its default color. So here's the Autumn Leaf Mail dress in its default color. And then you could see how it's under chest color if I change it to like black. It's interesting because this one, unlike the Autumn Traveler, where the Autumn Traveler is like a dark black, but if you do the Leaf Mail dress, the Autumn Leaf Mail dress, the black comes in as kind of like a dark gray, kind of a dusted kind of black. So I like how it comes out differently in different outfits. That's kind of fun. Now the dress of the Gondorian Autumn automatically comes in black, and so you can change it though. It also dyes up in some really nice things. The belt stays black and the trim at the top stays black, but some other parts are a lot of fun. Let's see, the robe of the Autumn Sun. Let me reset my colors here. There we go. That's what it comes out as. So it's got a lot of oranges and reds and yellows. It's like the rising sun. It's so good. Now I have dyed this one. Oh yeah, it's the middle that dyes up, which is really kind of interesting because once you take away that yellow in the middle, if you come up with a nice contrasting color, you can really see these other parts really well. In fact, is that what I'm wearing? Oh no, I'm wearing that outfit. So this is, I'll put this one on. This is my traveling outfit. Here we go back. So yeah, so this is my traveling outfit. We've been up in the Misty Mountains. Oh, that's where I have the tankard. I knew I was carrying the tankard with one of my characters. Bingo's trusty tankard. It says, Bingo never goes anywhere without his own pewter mug. He insists that everything tastes better when sipped from it. So I have that equipped, and so everywhere we go, I've got a mug and, smacking things around. But the robe of the Autumn Sun might be my next traveling outfit because you see how with those yellows, the oranges and everything, they just kind of blend in, right? But yeah, I gotta come up with a good contrasting color. Even rust, that's the rust color. Keeps in kind of the same color family. So that's nice, but I think I will probably go with a green of some sort and get that contrast because that's kind of fun. I wonder how it looks in black. Oh, it's got the kind of dusty black kind of look to it. That's interesting. Doesn't that just look like fall. Like, makes you think of, you know, Halloween and time frame, doesn't it? Anyway, okay, what else we got here? The Spooky Robe of the Bat. Oops, I did it again. All this stuff's gonna be in my fellowship chat. Hang on, let me reset my colors. All right, Spooky Robe of the Bat. There it is. This one's kind of interesting, and especially, so it's got like all these kind of like, it's got tree stuff coming up and whatnot. Let me go to the cloaks, and that's the of the bat. And because they have matching cloaks for most of these, and it's really good. So there's the spooky cloak of the bat that goes with the robe of the bat. It's a really interesting pairing. I'm trying to remember how well this one dyes up. See, it's the back that I want, right? Yeah. Let's see, what does it do in red? Oh, wow. Interesting. Okay. Let me just switch that back to... I don't know if I can switch back to default. It only switches to washed. Anyway, so that one, so I tend to get the bat set. It's not the first set I usually get. I usually add it in after I've, you know, spent all my coins on everything else. But I usually get it because at some point you're like, oh, that would be fun to wear. And then I do. Now this is a set I tend not to get as much because it's really cute. Like you could go crazy with this because there's the, is this the hat? No, there's another hat that has the pretzel on it, I think. And then this has the pretzel on it. And then there's a pretzel you can carry. So like there's a whole pretzel set. There's a cape. I'm pretty sure there's a cape with it too. Yeah. So this is the long sleeved tunic version, and then you could get the short sleeved tunic version, you know, for when you're actually out, you know, doing your pretzel and eating and beer drinking. So it amuses me. It'll probably be something I get, you know, like down the road. My problem on some of my other servers is that my wardrobe is full, and so I don't have the space to pick up things that I'm less likely to wear. So yeah, I know, and I know they want to expand the space in the wardrobe, and I know they can't because of performance issues and etc. Like, pretzel. Here's another cute little pretzel outfit, right? It's got this is the Harvest Brew dress. And then, yeah. So, I mean, it cracks me up. This whole pretzel thing they got going. Your Locho is currently unplayable. That's sad. Have you put in a ticket for it? You should totally put in a ticket if you haven't already. Here, let me give you a link. So, right there, help.standingstonegames.com. That's where you want to go and put in a ticket if you need some help. Because, I would be most sad. Yeah, like if somebody ever hacked my account, I would not be a happy camper. I mean, they'd have a load of cosmetics, I suppose. That would be hilarious. Yeah, all for hobbits. So I could just imagine somebody like hacking my account and be like, so I'm gonna do all the big raids and all these things. And be like, what? Outfits? What? Okay, so this is the Tunic and Trousers of Autumn Nights, and I really like this one too. It's kind of got like spooky tree kind of stuff going on. Now, interestingly, this goes well with the cape of the bat that we were looking at before, but it does have its own cape. That's the Autumn Nights. Okay, so cloak and back items. You can, if you just do this all at once in one, you know, where you just click from one page to the next, to the next, to the next, they're usually together. I just do this separately. Look at that, though. It's like gnarly trees all woven together and stuff. It's so good. I like that one. So I usually pick up that one. I have a spreadsheet where I track whether I have it on that server yet or not. Yeah, because so much. So here's the gown version of that Autumn Nights with all the gnarly trees and everything. So that's a good one, too. I like that one. I wonder, what does the cape look like if I dye it black or something? It just seems almost too cheerful compared to the front. That's a little bit better. Bring the colors in a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Now it looks like a moon, doesn't it? Looks like kind of a huge kind of autumn moon. That's good. See, there we go. So yeah, so what you can do in the dressing room, if this is not something that you're familiar with, is when you're looking at an outfit item, you can go through and change the color of it. And you can zoom in. Down here, I can zoom in, like if I just want to look at the head, or if I just want to look at the torso, or if I just want to look at the feet. Hobbity feet. And then I can press it again and it zooms out. So I can zoom in, zoom out. It's kind of handy that way. Okay, so that's tunics, trousers, dresses, outfits. There's cosmetic weapons and shields. I don't really do shields or weapons too often, so for cosmetics. So here we go. The cowl and the hat of the autumn sage. Oh, this is a shoulder piece. So, but there's that. Look at that. That hat is huge. Especially on a hobbit. It's like half her height in weight, you know, in width. Wear it with the autumn wanderer mask, cheerfulness fix. Yeah, I'm not really, when you need to cast some serious shade. Hobbit shade. What would, like, your mama joke, like, your mama's too skinny? I don't know. All right, so autumn leaf mail shoulders. Oh, the autumn leaf mail, we were looking at that before. So let me go back here and put on, I don't know, let's do the dress. So that's the shoulders that go with the dress and the cloak. So it's nice. They kind of have that, you know, that feathery thing going on. And what was the other one? Oh, the mantle of the gloaming autumn. Oh, I've seen this one. That's not the one I'm thinking of, though. Let me see something here. No, that's not the one. Yeah, it's very stripy. It has kind of a velvety look to it, doesn't it? To me, it does. I think it does. That's cute, but it's not really my thing. Not really my thing. Okay, so what's next? Cloaks and Backs. So we looked at a bunch of these already, right? We didn't look at the Cloak of the Autumn Sage. That one is so good. It's like a whole bunch of dried autumn leaves woven together to create this, you know, this cape. And you can see through it. Like, you can see my outfit through it. I don't know how that's so good. Like, the fact that they took the time to do that and programming is, it's really nice. So then there's the Cloak of the Autumn Traveler. We talked about that one before. Here's the Cloak of the Autumn Wanderer. Looks like a bunch of like feathers. And this one, I believe, is not dyeable. Is that right? Oh, no, it is. Ooh, is that new? There's one that used to not be dyeable. I thought that was it. Interesting. Okay, there's the Autumn Leaf Mail Cloak. Remember, we looked at the shoulders a moment ago. Now, I'm not looking at the hooded versions. I'm not a hooded cloak person. I like, you know, I spend time on her hat and her hair and stuff, and I don't know. I don't want to cover it up. And then, of course, we get a hooded one. So, the Cloak of the Gloaming Autumn. Is that a pumpkin? Let's see. What you got there? Maybe it is a pumpkin. Maybe it's just supposed to kind of have the, you know. Nah, I think that's a pumpkin in there. It's kind of wild. All right, let's see. We could have a shield on our back, although that's technically called the Pack of the Anorian Autumn. Oh, because I guess there's pack. No, that's my pack. I don't know. That one's weird. The Cloak of the Autumn Sun, and that one would go well with that other one that we were looking at before, the robes that I was talking about. Spooky Cloak of the Bat, we looked at, I think. Did we? Yeah, pretty sure we did. The Harvest Brew Cloak, here we go. We're getting back into the pretzel and beer stein thing. So if you go the pretzel route, here's the cloak for you. It is the Harvest Brew Cloak. Okay, let's look at the hooded one. Does it have a pretzel on it or something? No, it's got, what is that? No, that's kind of cute. All right, if I was going to wear a hooded cloak, this one's nice. I like how it's got some nice detail around the face there. That's cute. All right, that's a hooded cloak I would wear. Let's see, Cloak of the Autumn Nights. Oh yeah, we looked at that one. That's gnarly tree one. Wrap of the Turning Leaves. Oh yeah, this one I find interesting, and I found like one or two colors I liked it in if I was going to dye it, but it doesn't tend to hit the top of my list very often. But it's an interesting one. Cloak of the Falling Leaves. Now this is one of the ones that you can get out of the chests that are found in the Haunted Burrow that we're going to go inside here in a few minutes. And you can get this in a lot of different colors. Oops. So it automatically will come in, you know, this color or whatever. So let me see if I have it on in my wardrobe. This is the Cloak of the Falling Leaves. Let's find out. Falling Leaves. Okay, so I've already got it in purple. I just have it in purple. I've only found it once this year, so that's interesting. Any of you who are like, who are running through there we go. So I have it in that look already. Okay. Those chests that you're checking, you could get like a, oops. Let me put the dressing room away for a second. Oh no, I don't have to. You can get stuff that I've already cleared out of my inventory. Because Carrot gets so much in the way of your inventory. It's crazy. Let's see. Housing? Yeah, there you go. You can get a haunted tree. You can get a painting of the watchful goblin. You can get a sign that says danger. You can get a sign that has a little creepy face on it. They call that one the roar sign. You can get a sign that says turn back. You can get the Cloak of the Falling Leaves. You can get, there's a couple of masks you can get. So you end up with piles of these things, it seems like. So the nice thing is those are not bound. So, the Cloak of the Boar, that's usually another one you can get, and the Cloak of the Raven. I don't think I've got a single Cloak of the Boar this year, which is pretty wild. Let's look at that again when it's not purple. So its default color, it looks like that. And so the nice thing though is when you get each of these, that's all these different colors. Like, you know, you get one that's purple, get one that's orange, get one that's black. When you put it into your wardrobe, it just stacks the colors. So you only have the one item taking up that space in your wardrobe, which is good. Otherwise I wouldn't even bother. So there's the Cloak of the Boar. And then this one is the Cloak of the Raven. So yeah, I'm used to, like, must have been last year maybe, where I just got stacks and stacks of the same cloaks and masks. And so I ended up with like 8 different colors, I think. It was kind of wild. All right, so let's see, the Goblin Festival mask. There you go. You can look like a goblin. That's so weird. There's the boar head. The boar head one isn't so bad. It's a little bit more, you know, like kind of getting you in that theme of idea, but not like so literal maybe. There's the Raven Festival mask. I also don't mind that one. The pipe one is weird. It's like that, what's that called when you like have an AI and it's almost right, but it's not quite right and it messes with your brain? Hit the uncanny valley. Sure, that's what that makes me think of. It's like it's close, but it's not right, and something's just strange about it, and so it weirds out my brain. Now, there's the Harvest Brew hat. There you go. There's the pretzel hat I was talking about. That thing's kind of cute, really. I got that pretzel up on top. So if you're going to go pretzel theme, yeah, Uncanny Valley. Thank you. So yeah, if you're going pretzel theme, there is a hat for you. Let's see. We've got Harvest Brew Circlet. So I enjoy the circlets, and I like the different, you know, leaves of rings of flowers and stuff, but the Harvest Brew Circlet is just a bit much for me. I think it maybe would look better on an elf. Here's the Mask of the Autumn Wanderer. That one is fierce. Goes well with the cape here. Yeah, that one's good. And the Mask of the Leaf Turner is definitely, to me, looks like an elf thing. It's like it frames the face, you know, and it leaves your hair, which of course appeals to me. But yeah, it's interesting. Not my jam, but that's okay. Some people like it and it looks good on them. So, oh, beer stein. So these are usually not bound, right? Yeah, these, and which means sometimes you can get them on the auction house if you don't have the tokens to get them. And so these are carrying things very much like, you know, this stein that I'm carrying. I could have a beer stein, which I think might have a pretzel on it. Oh, hey, I could equip it. There you go. It does. Yep. I could carry a pretzel itself. There you go. Rabies director? Detector. I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Uncanny Valley.
Uncanny Valley?
Something is not quite human.
Something is not quite human. How would that help you detect rabies?
People with those symptoms.
I don't quite follow, but sure. Okay, so anyway, so I could carry a beer stein. I could carry a pretzel. There you go. So if I'm going pretzel theme, there's my pretzel. I could do a gourd. Wait, did I do that wrong? There's the basket of apples. Now what have I done? Let me try that again. There we go. I was pushing the wrong buttons again. All right, basket of apples, gourd. The gourd is kind of funny because it looks like you've got a handle on it, but or like maybe your hand is in it. It's kind of, yeah. All right, so those are some handheld things though, and those are fun. Okay, housing stuff. Man, I can't even, there's so much. I will tell you some of my favorites real quick. So we've got, so if you didn't get enough haunted trees by wandering through the festival, you can buy them here. The giant pumpkin, I went ahead and got that for one of my houses. And the harvest statue is cute. It's a Hobbit farmer kind of hanging out. Got that for one of the houses. The sundial is nice. Has kind of an elvish type feeling to it. So we got one of those. The painting of the Watchful Warg and the Watchful Goblin, those are ones you can get inside the Haunted Burrow, but if you didn't, you'll grab them. Here's those maps that you can get if you're doing the map deed. You'll want to collect one of each of these. Now, they're not bound, so you can pass them around to your kinmates. You can, pass them around to your alts. I have some house somewhere, I think on Evernight, where I've stuck them all up on the walls. Maybe it's Laurelin. And you can just go in and, if I give you permission, then you can take it off the wall, you get credit, just put it back on the wall, and we're good to go. See? Yeah, look on the auction house for decorations like the haunted tree and things like that, because people like me will put them up there because I have too many of them. I do not need that many of them. The long burning candle stand is so good. It's one of my favorite housing decorations, and definitely my favorite from this festival. So take a look at those because those are good. And if we have time, we'll go by my house and I'll show you. The decorative gourds are an interactive item, so that's fun. The potions table is also really nice. I like that one too. And then I've got some trees and some barrels, consumables. These are those things that people are doing to each other. You can buy more of them. You do like 300 of it, you get a permanent thing. I haven't bought the Boo emote. Oh, we have to buy this before I forget. No, I'll do it later because I want to make sure that I put it on the spreadsheet. So we'll wait and do it. Okay. Now that's saying 0. Let me put this back up. Looks like closed captionings might have stopped. Hold on. There we go. Should be back up. All right. Yeah, okay, so I'll have to remember to come back to that. It should be on the spreadsheet to remind me. I haven't done all my shopping yet. I was kind of working my way through all of my characters first. So then I come back. Oh, the Lonely Mountain Bassoon. Definitely want to get that. That's awesome. Weir Willow says she just found out about the interactability of the gourds the other day by accident, and it was a little terrifying. I don't mean to laugh, but it's funny because it's funny. Okay, I'll go to my house and I'll show you all what she's talking about. Or I'll go to one of the many houses. So I will be back, and then we'll go through the haunted thing. Okay, so we're gonna go to the kin house. Excuse me, I got itchy on my nose. We'll go by the kin house. This is harvest math. This is harvest math. Indeed. Okay, so I've decorated up our kin house. This is the Wistmead neighborhood in the Shire, and this is our. Oh, sorry. Did I say Wistmead? Wistmead is the festival place. This is Whitwich, another W, neighborhood, and in the Shire homesteads, and we have all of the treat mats out and the neighborhood. So if you are doing the trick-or-treating now or after the festival, you are able to come and get everything you need. So got a couple of the spooky trees out. So if you were curious, what does the spooky tree look like? So here's me as a little hobbit next to a big spooky tree. So they're pretty big, you know. They are not a small item in your yard. So it's nice because I like kind of some big hefty items in the yard sometimes. We've got a marigold property guard. Picked her up from, where did we get her from? Probably from Big Goboffin questline maybe. Let's see, we've got the modest cook fire here. Got a badger house. I got that from the Figments of Splendor from the Curator probably. So that when you click on it and the little badger comes out, honey badger. Yeah. We've got our harvest statue over here that I was mentioning. So he looks like a hobbit who's been gardening and harvesting stuff. So we've got him out here for the harvest festival. You have the autumn apple trees in your yard. Okay, we're gonna take a look at that in a minute. I got the public outhouse, which I'd heard people talk about before, but I never understood. If you knock on it, you click on it, knocks on it, and somebody comes out. In this case, it was the dog property guard. So he's just gonna wander off. He's level 75 this time. And he just walks off. Goodbye. All right, let's look again. This is something you can get for Figments of Splendor from the Curator. It's a Dale property guard. Hi, Dale. He's a level 40 this time. So they come out at like a random level as well. And so I always thought property guard, so I thought, well, can I click on him and I get one? No, it doesn't work that way. He's just chilling. And then usually he walks off. And so I was like, I guess he's walking to Dale. Bye. It might be a while. All right, we'll knock on the door, see who we get. Whoa. We got the big property guard. We got the fell goat. That's cool. I like that one. All right, so anyway, here's the decorative gourds. So, you know, they look so innocent and unassuming. Just, you know, 3 little gourds sitting there, candles, you know, it's all good. A small group of carved decorative gourds. Surely there is nothing spooky here. You click on him, and there she pops out. And she just kind of circles around, like she does like a figure 8. So I thought for outside this is great because I have one of these inside a house, but she kind of drifts in and out of the house because the walls, just, you know, because of where the walls are. Maybe it's less of a figure 8, more of an oval. Yeah, outside is a great place for this because you can see, like, you get a good, nice full view of her going around. Oh, the Lotro freebie of the week, thank you, Mubot, is nibbles. You get some regeneration food. I think it's Dale Crams. So there she goes, off the other direction. And then we've got the Hobnanigans field over there. Let's see. Is there something in the house I was going to show you all? Did I put the candle stands in here? Let's go take a look here in a second. I have a lot going on in here, so it takes a minute to load sometimes. So we've got music, and I've got carpet. There you go. Carpet's showing up. Looks like we're good to go. I've got stuff by the front door. Got a rainbow. Got our breakfast table. Oh yeah, I went to the Curator, and I got a couple of things from her. So you can. We have a barber now at our house, and the tabletop mine cart display. So when you click on it, it is interactive as well. The little mine cart on there goes around, and it squeaks. It's very cute. Let's see. What do I have in here? Oops. That thing is huge in this little house. All right, let's back it up. There we go. Yeah, okay, so that's what the potions table looks like, you know, if you get one for your house. And then the long burning candle stands, they just make a really good housing decoration. And especially if you're putting together an area that's like, you know, this is my scholar corner. it seems to really have a good fit there. So I really love the long burning candle stands. They're a good one. So I highly recommend you go get one of those. What else do we have? Do I have anything else in here that I picked up recently? Because the Curator is here. This is why I'm kind of mentioning all this. The Curator is here, and the Curator is not always here. She'll be around through beginning of November, I think. So it's definitely worth getting over to Brew. She's by the Boar Fountain, and get your Figments of Splendor, because you can get a whole bunch of them in the festival. Every time you complete a wrapper in the festival, like one of the 3-day wrappers, you get some Figments of Splendor. So that's why I'm sitting at 7,000 right now, because I bought some things, but then I finished some more wrappers. So let's see. Oh, the Bed of the Weaving Wood I actually got from the other Figments vendor who's there. Here, let me go to my house real quick, and then we can go look at the Figments person. So let me pop over to my house. I love the traveling ability in this game. I'm just like zoop, 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 zoop. I have her down to the 5 minutes. Even though she's a hunter, I still love to buy all the travel stuff. So I got a haunted tree in my yard, because why not? Also have chickens and a picnic happening, because, we're hobbits. Hobbits gotta eat, Let's see, do I have anything in here that's new? Oh, I do love the wallpaper, though. And a friend of mine has the pesky dormouse. And so he had a spare one, had a couple spare ones, so he put one in my house. I'm so happy. Oh yeah, so I got some of the candle stands here too. I gotta go back and get another spooky table, because I put the other one in the kin house. So I gotta go back and get one from my house. And then, do I have anything in here from the festival or from the person? No, I don't think so. Okay, so let me check one more house. We have the whole neighborhood. Our kin took over the neighborhood, and a couple of us have like kins that we started on the side with other characters. So that way we were able to just take over all the kin houses in the neighborhood. So we have all 4 of them. So I've been doing some decorating over here too. So for example, the pig pen, I bought that for Figments of Splendor. When you click on it, you get some pigs, and occasionally a chicken or a dog. All sorts of things have been popping out of there. So yeah, there's the giant pumpkin that I mentioned. I got that from the festival. Here's the sundial I mentioned, and I really like how the sundial and the giant pumpkin come with a little bit of extra stuff around them. Like this one's got a little bit of shrubbery around it. Oh, I have a raid. Hey, Winnie. Thanks for coming by and bringing some folks. Awesome. So yeah, and the giant pumpkin comes with like a little fence. So that's kind of cute. I like how they come with some of their own, extra details. So, all right, let's say hello. So this is kind of like, I kind of look at this house as like the person with the green thumbs lives here. And so they've got a bunch of mushroom pots and a little mushroom garden. And there's another mushroom pot in here. And then we have some falling snow, because it just seems like it's a cool thing to do. Another rainbow. I kind of went nuts with the rainbows. I was enjoying the rainbows. Oh yeah, this is our little storage room. So yeah, so this is one of our altkins. But it's nice because we can put stuff in all of the different kin houses and all the different kin chests and everything. So it's convenient that way. Okay, so let's go look at the Figments of Splendor person. So I have traveled to Lalia's Market, which is kind of the handiest way to go there. Hello, Winnie's Musings. Welcome to the stream. We are talking about festival stuff and Curator, because the Curator, I've noticed that they tend to bring the Curator in partway through the festival, and then she's around, towards the end of the festival. So I'm really glad they do that, because, like when you're crazy like I am and getting all the Figments of Splendor that I am from running so many people through the festival, then it's nice to have a good outlet for that. So if you go over here to the boar statue, so here's your boars. There's our person who looks in and out the window. If you haven't noticed that before, cracks me up. Up that way is the Prancing Pony. Down this way is the Three Pharaohs Crafting Hall. So here we have the fountain, and you'll usually have somebody standing or reclining in this area. There seems to be a family. So she's Rowan Raspberry. Sometimes there's Filbert Fig. Sometimes there's Myrtle Mint. So I think they're, possibly related to one another with their naming scheme. So when you look at Rowan Raspberry, for example, she has things available for Figments of Splendor. So there's usually one of them here. So you can, siphon off if you need to. But it's a lot of cosmetics, and like I mentioned before, I'm a little full in my wardrobe, so I don't want to be getting a lot of extra cosmetics. But they do have some cool housing decorations. So the pig pen, that's how I got that from her. That's that interactive pig pen where you get more and more pigs every so often. The bed of the weaving wood, I got that from her. That one I really do like quite a lot. And the badger house I also got from her. So, and the herbalist table, I got that very early on. Like I saved and I deconstructed things so I could make sure I had enough Figments of Splendor, because it is a scholar's table. So you can actually do scholar crafting at the herbalist table. So it's one of the few things where you can get the ability to do crafting, but you don't have to buy it from the Lotro store. So that's neat. But here's the Curator, yay! So she appeared 2 days ago, I think it was. Yeah, wait, Wednesday, yesterday? Or was it Tuesday? No, it was Monday. She appeared on Monday at 10 a.m. Right. You should have seen this area. It was like full of people by the time we hit 10 a.m. It was really funny. So anyway, so here's the Curator. And so when you browse the shop, you can get a flame of Encalamir, and that's the one that allows you to deconstruct these things into to Figments of Splendor. So like if you open like one of those chests and you get some cosmetics and whatever, and you're ready to get rid of them, that is one way you can do that, is you can just use that flame. Now, there's the Gundabad expansion came with flames for all of your characters. So yeah, oh yeah, Winnie, so what you do is, I don't think I have anything in my inventory at the moment that can be deconstructed. But basically I just keep mine in my vault. So let me grab mine real quick. There it is. So you grab your flame and you right click on it, and then whatever's in your inventory that you can deconstruct, like if I clicked on it and it said I could, it would say, do you want to deconstruct this into blah, blah, blah? I'd be like, yeah, sure, go for it. Don't think I have anything. No, I don't think I have anything I can deconstruct to show you. But that's why when you hover over something.
Greetings.
Like the boots of the Golden Forest Defender, I could buy them for 2,000, and then let's say, I put them in my wardrobe, and then I don't care about having them anymore. Like I don't need to have the physical item anymore. I could use that flame, click on the boots, and it'll disenchant it back into 400 Figments of Splendor. So it's not, it's recycling. It's not, it's not one for one. You lose money along the way. But yeah, if you end up with things that you can disenchant into Figments of Splendor, these green things, the Motes of Enchantment, pretty sure you can use the flame on that too. So that's how that works. Yeah, you right click on it, and then you click on the thing you want to deconstruct. And once you do it, it's gone. It's gone forever. So make sure you're sure. It's not something just to, let's test it out. It'll be gone. But okay, so we have the Curator. The Curator is here. And she, like her friends, Myrtle and Fig, and Filbert and Myrtle, will have a bunch of cosmetics. So you got cosmetic armor, there's the Forest Defenders set, there's a Grey Mountains Elite set, very dwarven, there's the Grey Mountain Stalwart, also. What? Oh, hey, an Anonymous, thank you. If you're on the stream, thank you, Anonymous, for donating to Extra Life, fantastic. Yay! Well, one of these days I'll have to come up with something. If anybody has an idea of something that you would that I could do on stream to thank people who donate, let me know. I'm not saying I'll take your suggestion, but I'm open to hearing them. Because I don't want to do anything weird. Like, I'm not going to do a handstand or anything. That would hurt my head. Any suggestion that I would go with would have to include me probably sitting down, not being too loud. Yeah, because I get headaches. I had a headache earlier. So, but hey, we're up to 145 out of my 250 goals. That means we're over halfway. Yay! Well, thank you. Yay, community. You're awesome. Yes, thank you for your donation, kind anonymous. Excellent. So, yeah, okay, so back to the things we were looking at here. So, the Grey Mountains and the Grey Mountains, obviously they're kind of dwarvish looking. Here, we can take a look. But the Golden Forest Defender, I think, is kind of more elvish. Yeah. So, for example, there's the hat or the mask. There's shoulders. There's the breastplate. There's some shoes. Oh, you won't see them because I've got shoes off. Oh, no, there's shoes. There's some gloves. There's some other boots. So you can see it is very, elfy. The forest defenders. And you've got some different ones. Like then there's the brilliant forest defenders. This is more kind of a reddish and silvery set. You've got some choices there. And then the golden forest defender, that was that kind of bluish set that we were looking at. Do a handstand with my, can I do a handstand? I don't know if I can. Handstand. Apparently I can. There we go. Every time somebody donates, I'll do a handstand or a flip. I know I can do a flip because the Hobbity flips are fantastic. Ta-da! I love the Hobbit flips. They're so cute. And Anonymous, if you are interested in getting some of the goodies, you can go to the forum, the thread there, the Extra Life Rewards. Go to that, lotro.com, forums, blah, blah, blah. Go tell Cord that you donated, and you can get some cool stuff for the game. So, yay, everybody wins. Okay, so she has 6 pages of stuff that we can look at. So we're just going to sort through the categories real quick. So we can get more Figments of Splendor by turning in Embers of Enchantment and Motes of Enchantment that you can get through Hobbit gifts, and sometimes a quest will give it to you. There's various places you can get those. So then we've got the Cosmetic Armors, the Golden Forest stuff, or the Forest Defenders sets, and those are very elf looking. We've got the Grey Mountains Elite, and the other Grey Mountains. We have Grey Mountains and Grey Mountains. So if we wanted to look very dwarvy, let's get a helmet on, let's get a chest plate on. So you can already see, like, I feel like I should be digging a hole, right? I want to go with the other Grey Mountains. We've got helm. We've got some, this one's more boxy looking. Oh no, this has got like the dark in the middle. So yeah, those things. And then we've got a couple other things. They're very frou-frou-y looking, kind of more Gondorian to me, very, very human-ish looking. So nothing that I feel like is very Hobbity for me. So I'm cool not worrying about the cosmetic stuff. A whole slew of, cloaks. Here, that one's really quite pretty. Yeah, I do like the Forest Defender cloaks. Those are very pretty. Oh, maybe this is the cloak that you can't dye. Yeah, this is the one that doesn't dye. This one made of feathers. Let's see what else we got here. I'm doing it again. There we go. There's some more, and then we get into the dwarvy ones. So the cloaks are cool. Not my thing. All right, so we're gonna move to the housing decorations. Yes, there's a new cosmetic pet this time. I must get it. It's a sleeping gray kitty that you're very much in love with. Oh, awesome. So, okay, let's just go ahead and skip down past housing for a minute, and we'll go down to pets, and we'll go straight to it. So there's a whole bunch of pet tomes you can get. Oh, nice. A lot of them were only 1,000. That's not so bad. But where is the cat? So the little goat kid is very cute. The barn owl, mastiff, goat kid. Did I miss it? Did I go past it? Eager beaver, owl, peahen, peacock, snake, snake. Wait a minute. How did I miss the cat? Oh, the extra life cat. Yes. It's the extra life cat. I definitely want the extra life cat. All right, but we're going to go back up to housing decorations then. So, pet harness. Let me explain this one because this one is a little confusing to some people. And steed halter, we'll explain that one too. So let's actually start with the steed halter. So if you have a premium house in Rohan, either one, the Rohan in the kind of mountainy area or the Rohan in the plains area, that came with not a barn, it's not the word I'm looking for, but it came with an enclosure, an area for horses. And when you buy the house, yes, you meant for extra life. Slow on the uptake, but we got there. It is one of the rewards. It's one of the rewards. I know. Yeah, I need to figure out how to get that. I mean, it's if you donate over $50 to Extra Life, then yes, or from the community loot is how you can, as Winnie has said there. Thanks, Winnie. Yay! Thanks for jumping in. Okay, so if you have a house in Rohan, there's the area with the horses, and what you do is when you bought the house, you got some steed halters. If you buy one of the main houses, you get 5 of them, and if you buy the mead hall, you get 8 of them. And what you do is you would click on your steed halter, and then it'll ask you what you want to put it with. And there's a thing on the wiki, right? Right? You did a whole wiki. Yeah. So I think it's still out there. On the wiki, there's kind of a walkthrough on how to put the steed halter together with a mount in order to create, basically what you're doing is you're creating a housing decoration. So you take the halter, you take your animal, your mount, and put them together, and they create something new. It's like an offspring. And their offspring is a housing item. And you can only do it with steeds that you have, with mounts that you have. But basically, I could have then standing there in my barn space a winged herald pony, because I have one of those, and it would be standing in that space. And it doesn't do a lot of the movement. I don't think if it does any of the movement, it didn't used to, and I think they added that in. So it might shake its head once in a while, that kind of thing. But basically it just stands there, but it's really cool because you can see like a whole bunch of, you could have like 5 different steeds standing there. So the pet one works very, very similar, yes. So now, one thing I want to note real quick though, before I leave the mounts idea, is so because I'm a hobbit, I have a winged herald pony. If I make if I take one of these hitching posts, one of these steed halters, and I create the hitching post, create the housing decoration, it will be the winged herald pony. Now, if I come in with another character that's like a Bjorning or a human, or what's the other tall one, an elf, it would be a winged herald horse, right? And so if I make it with the winged herald horse, then I would have a housing decoration that is the winged herald horse. So that's how you could have one of each in your barn area, where you've got a pony and a horse standing side by side that are the same thing. So it's an interesting little eddy detail there to keep in mind if you are making those. Okay, so yes, now say for your house, anywhere, any of your houses, so if you're like, if you have a house in Rohan or in Brew or any of your houses, right? You can do the same thing with the pet harness. So you buy a pet harness, and then you combine it with a pet that you already have, and they then have the offspring that is your housing decoration. So another cool thing you can do is if, say, you maybe want to have a house full of black cats, and you have a black cat, You could buy a pet harness and use your black cat and make a black cat. And then you could buy another pet harness and do the same thing, and buy another pet harness and do the same thing. And so each one of those creates a separate housing decoration item. And then, yes, you put them into a housing slot, into one of your housing decoration slots. So yes, you can make pony decorations if you make it with one of, with a dwarf or a hobbit steed. And then it would be a horse if it was with one of the tall peoples. Yeah. So you could do that with the goats. Actually, what's the funny thing is, because I was standing, this was back in the summer festival, maybe the anniversary, I think it was the anniversary festival when we were streaming. And I was standing there on my goat, and I think it was Teedy came by with her goat, and she's an elf, and I was a hobbit. And so we were on our goats, but they were, the different sizes. So it was fantastic. So I would assume it would work the same with the goats, that you would have a big goat or a little goat depending on who makes it. We didn't try that though. We should go over to Bullroar and give that a try. That's a really cool thing you could do. Is like, that's what we do. Sometimes when we have housing questions, we just go to when Bullroar is open. We just go over there and play around with the houses. I have so much fun playing with houses. So yes, you could be a crazy cat lady and have a house full of cats, of cat decorations. And I think, let's see, the pet harness can be slotted to a furniture or yard decoration hook. Yes, so you could put it inside or outside. So you've got that option. So I've seen how pets outside, and I know I've seen pets inside, so I shouldn't have even thought about that. But yeah, so you can do all sorts of stuff with that. You can have all sorts of fun. Oh my gosh, yes. Now I haven't done that yet. I haven't bought like a gazillion harnesses and stuff because I keep putting stuff in all of my spots. Yes, but the pet decorations are so cute because, so they actually do, as Wilrilla was pointing out, they do move. So they'll walk around your house within an area. So somebody did this last year, I think it may have been Halloween time, where they created or maybe it was, I'm thinking maybe it was Yule Festival, where they decorated their house in such a way that it looked like it had like the reindeer and Santa, I think, up in their house, and they had to move things in such a way so that the reindeer didn't go wandering off, and they kept getting up on something and getting stuck. It's just a funny idea. So yes, they'll path in weird ways. So it's definitely good to put your stuff down, put the pet down, and just kind of hang out and watch and see where it goes and see if it goes where you want it to, because you might want to rearrange it a little bit. Okay, so that's how the pet harness and the steed halter work. So pet harness, you can use at any house, indoor or outdoor. And the steed halter is only Rohan houses at this point. My guess is that they're going to add that to other housing in the future. I can't imagine they would just leave it with just one set. You know what I mean? It seems like it's such a cool feature. It seems like they would expand on that, Okay, so then the High Elf Visitor Property Guard. That's one of those property guards that you click on and then they pop one out and they follow you around while you're in the neighborhood. And that one is a high elf, and they're in all this shiny, bright, armor. Kind of cool looking. The public outhouse you saw over at my house. So that's the one where you knock on it and, someone random comes out. The flavor text says, "It seems like these facilities might already be occupied. It would be best to knock." So you knock and just random stuff comes out. It's fantastic. The fish pond is really nice. It's quite pretty. I need to get one of those. The visiting barber, and we saw that. So then you don't have to go to, Bree or to the Burden Baby to change a look. Like if you want to because sometimes I do that with one of my characters, I would change her hair depending on the season. So like in the cold, like when it was hot, she'd have it up. And then, sometimes she had short hair in the summer. And then in the winter, it was long. So I was having fun with that. It was one of my elves. All right, so the tabletop mine cart display, we took a look at that. That's the one that's like a table in your house, and it's got the mine cart, and you can make it, and it can go around in circles. We've got some alabaster furniture, a corked bottle. I think that is similar. Let's see, it says a beverage container, a bud vase, kitchen supplies. This bottle has many uses in any home. I don't think it's interactive though. I think it just sits there. And I think it looks like possibly the one at the festival from the up on Bree Festival grounds. It might be that similar one. Let's see, we got an alabaster planter with sunflowers. That's nice. We had a sunflower in our backyard this summer. It just kind of popped up like a month ago. So that was kind of cool. So I'm hoping we'll get more of them next year. That'd be neat. All right, we've got a visiting banker, which is less useful on this server because to play on a legendary server, you have to be VIP or a subscriber. So that means we all have VIP services, that thing where you go and you talk to Wenda Cranesbill over there, and then she gives you, let me see, wakey, there we go. That's where she gives you your subscriber town services, and she gives you that jug, the subscribers jug. So when you talk to her, and you can do this once a day, she gives you these 2 items, and they last for, well, the effects last for 2 days. So the subscriber town services last for 48 hours. And then when you consume the jug, then it changes your little things there. So my subscriber buffs last for 2 days. You know, it says 1 day, 23 hours, 59 minutes, 59 seconds. So it was like two days. You can't trade money with, you can, sorry. Yeah, that's the one thing you cannot do with this, with the VIP services, is you can't buy bags of money. So that is where a visiting banker would be useful. And I thought about getting one for the Kin House because a number of us are doing that, where what B4 is describing in there is going to a banker, and then we spend, you know, our coin and buy bags of coins. Let me see if I have any on me. And then put them in your shared storage, because then if any of your characters needs money, all of your characters have access to it. So that's been like, so I have so currently I have a massive pile of copper scraps only worth 1 gold. But there's times when I have piles of like 20 gold sitting in my inventory. So that is one reason why having a visiting banker would be useful. But all the rest of the things a visiting banker could do for us, we all have in our pockets. So that's why I did not spend. It's 7,500. It's 7,500 of the figments. So if I had nothing else I wanted to spend figments on, and yeah, then I would get a visiting banker. Or if she didn't cost so much, I would get a visiting banker. If it was a different server, I might get a visiting banker. But this server, it just doesn't make sense to me. All right, we have the large map of Eriador. It says a large map of Eriador is ideal for display if you have a wall to spare. So I haven't bought that. That's also 7,500. That seems high. Like, because your max, you can only carry 10,000 figments at a time. So it seems like 7,500, like that's a lot, right? You're going to wait to spend your figments. You want the dwarven housing decor. Yeah, this is very elfish, I would say, right? The decor we've got. So the alabaster. Does Filbert Fig have more of the dwarvy stuff? Might be. Who has it? Oh, so anyway, okay, so here, this training dummy stand. This has come up in conversation a number of times. So it's one of those dummies that you hit and you attack over and over, and then it helps you skill up, right? So like earlier, when we first logged on, I was working on some of my class deeds, because these are those things that you have to do, like use low cut 150 times. And once I do that, then I finish that class deed. Yay. In order to do that, you have to have a target. And so you could go out, and it's got to be an on-level target. It can't be a gray target, for example. So, you know, I could go out into the field and just remember, okay, use low cut, use low cut, use low cut. Like, which sometimes I'm good at, but a lot of times I'm not good at. So what you can do is go to a training dummy instead. And I just, you know, you could just hammer it out on that thing instead. And that helps you, you know, the idea is that you get better at understanding how to use that skill. And so it's nice to be able to do that on a training dummy. Now there are training dummies in Brew, but they are at a certain level. And so like, you know, they're like level 20 or something. So once you get to say level 30, well now they're basically a gray mob. And so you don't make progress, right? Yeah, when he says training dummies are also good for DPS parses if you're so inclined. Like there's so much you could do with the training dummy. They give you information about how your hits are going, and they allow you to practice the chaining, and like there's all sorts of stuff you can do with that. So the training dummy that you get from the Curator here, when you click on it, it pops one out for you to train on, and the one it pops out is your level. So that way you're able to work on your on-level stuff with the training dummy. So those are super, super useful. And I highly suggest that each kin have one because they're great. Yeah, one of our kin mates picked one up and it's just been fantastic. Like, you know, she keeps it accessible to all of us in the kin. And it's really funny because, like, yeah, you kind of get, like, I don't know, some people put them out in their yard and they're like, anybody in the world, come and use my training dummy. And you can totally do that too. And people are like, hey, that's nice. Sometimes I'm like, no, that's ours. I don't tell people about it. So I suggest every kinship get one because then at least you know your kin members have access to one. That's what I suggest. Yes, I do put on, so the kin house that I was showing you earlier, where there's decorations and they're interactive and all of that, as Agathor is saying, that it's polite to click use decorations to give that permission to everyone so other people can use, for example, the training dummy or anything else. So if you go to your housing panel, and I just shortcutted to that, as you may have noticed, because I created a shortcut, you know, in options, how you can, oops, that's not options. This is options. If you go to key mapping, you can adjust what your key shortcuts are. And so I created a housing panel shortcut, which for me is Shift H. I find that really useful because I'm going to my housing panel a lot, more often than you would think. So when you go to your housing, so for example, like our kinship house that I was showing you before, if I go, so I click on it and then I go to permissions right here, it's going to pop up this window, this house permissions window. Let's get the Curator off there for a minute. And so the kinship leader can do these things, but everyone, so I go to everyone, so you click on the name, click on the word, and you go, you can check or uncheck all of these various things. So my default is always to let everyone be able to visit so they can come and go, look inside the house, wander around, get ideas for decorating. They can pay maintenance, just as, as Talrion there does as well. They can use the decorations. So anything that's interactive, like the training dummy, like the gourds with the ghosty, the pig pen, the badger house, they can click on any of these things and use them and interact with them. So I check that and I give universal permissions to everyone for those things. But I don't necessarily want everybody to be able to get in and out of the housing storage, for example. I want our kin chest to be for our kin members. So kinship members have, you'll notice it's checked there, housing storage. They have access to be able to get in and out of the housing chest. So this is how you can kind of manage different things. So now, for example, I switched my main characters. So my main character before was Arthaliel, and so she's the kinship owner. And so she has all these permissions, but I'm usually on Rosenbloom. And so I went and individually, this is another thing you can do, is you can give very targeted permission to a specific character. So I have given Rosenbloom all the permissions that the kinship leader also has. That way it doesn't matter which of my characters I'm on, I still have the ability to pop in there and do all those things. I also went and I have another character and she has a different kin. And so she's the kinship leader of Entwining Paths. And so she's the one that's that other one and up the hill. And so I went ahead and did the same thing. So if I'm ever on her, because she's not in the kinship, so she doesn't have these kinship level permissions. So I went and specifically gave her all the permissions to do all the things to this kin house as I have to the kin leader and to the character I play more often. So you can do some very specifically targeted kin permissions in a house. So that's like, for example, the kin house. And I've done a similar thing with my personal house. So again, I click on it. I can click on my permissions here in permissions window and it shows me everything. So again, everyone has the ability to visit. Everyone has the ability to pay my rent, which is, useful at times. And everybody has the ability to use the decorations. So, yeah. Yes, all the extra accents too. Why not everyone could pay rent for other people? Yeah. Oh, that's very nice of you to tip people who have the trick-or-treat mats out. Yeah, I think it's interesting that it's not a default yes. Like you have to opt in to letting people help pay your rent. I'm not sure what's the reasoning behind that, but it's a choice they've made. So there we go. So I just try to make sure I go in and default do the everyone so they can go ahead and pay my rent if they want. Okay, so there's some release notes there. There's a release notes link. So there you go. If you're curious what just happened to the Brawler yesterday, a lot of increases in their DPS and stuff happened yesterday. That's the TLDR. Oh, another thing to do, by the way, when you're in your housing window here, is notice there's a little star here, and I can star it or unstar it. So my character, Rosenbloom, has starred that house. So if you're in my kinship, for example, you could go to the kinship, you go to the kinship tab there for your social. And if you click on Rosenbloom, if you're in my kin, that's me, there's a little button there that'll say visit. So like if I go Affodil, notice there's a button there that lets me visit. So because Affodil has gone in and starred her house, I can travel to Affodil's house using this travel to kinship member button. I can do it from there, or once I've already done it, I can use the travel to kinship member's house icon, the skill. It's going to take me to the last one I did. So if I, go to grandmother's house this time, and then next time I go to Affodil's house, well, I push that button, it's going to take me to Affodil's house. So then maybe the next time I'm like, oh no, I really wanted to go to grandmother's house. So I go back in and I go to grandmother's house. Then that button again will go, oh, okay, you want to go to grandmother's house. So it'll take me there every time until I switch it up again. So if you are somebody who owns multiple houses, like maybe you have premium houses, what you can do is assign, have different characters check the star for different houses. So I've done that. For example, over on Evernight, my kinship owner has starred her personal house, so people can travel to her house because it's right across the street from the kin house, so that's kind of convenient. You've got two ways to get to the kin house, basically. But one of my other characters that's in the kin has starred I have the mead hall in Rohan. And so if anybody wants to go out to the mead hall, they can just travel to Klaus's house instead. And then that'll take them there, even though they're both my characters. You're able to star multiple houses that way. You just have to remember which character, whose house do you want to visit? Okay, so is there anything else here we wanted to look at in her cool stuff? So this is why people were like so excited about her coming, because the harness and the halter are really cool. And then there's some fun housing things. And then the training dummy is like super awesome. So now we already have one for our kinship, so I'm not worried about saving up for another one. But I definitely wanted to show you the Curator. There's also some really nice steeds that she has. So the steed of the Winged Herald that I showed you a little bit ago, that's from her. The Elk of Felagoth's Glory. Oh my gosh, that one's so pretty. Let's see. There you go. That's the Elk of Felagoth's Glory. So he's big and he's got all these greens and browns. Oh, that one's so pretty. By the way, a character owning a house cannot be deleted on the character screen. You have to, yes. Okay, so what they're bringing up in the chat is that if you have a character and they own a house, they're the house owner, you can't delete that character from the character login screen. You have to go in, abandon your house, and then you can delete the character. Oh, how funny. Because who would ever do that since we have 51 character slots available? 51! I have 13 character slots on this server, I think. Okay, yes, great question. I'm a housing fanatic here, so I'm happy to spend an entire hour or two talking about housing. I know we're going to do festival, but, housing's awesome. Okay, so it is, Winnie, it's very much like the kinship member one. Let me repeat the question, I'm sorry. Let me get a drink real quick. Okay, the question is, I have 2 premium houses. Can I set which house the premium house ports me to? So they don't have the starring function exactly like that, but you can use your travel to premium house button and it will take you to the last premium house of yours that you traveled to. So again, this is another reason why I have the my housing thing set to a shortcut key, because it's got up in the little corner here, you'll see the travel to this house button. And I usually have premium houses, and some servers I have multiples. So yes, same sort of thing. So I would click on whichever premium house I want to travel to. I would just click on the little arrow. And then if I click on the travel to premium house button in the future, it's going to take me to the last one I traveled to, the most recent one. So, so that kind of becomes your default until you travel to the other one, or one of the other ones. Yeah, give it a try. Give it a try and see how that works out for you. So even better, I went and I bought one of the houses in Belfalas. It's far away from things, but it's near a kin member. And Shoreless Skies, not so easy rules, scampers off. That's our kinship. And yes, I think we are awesome. Thank you. Oh, good, Winnie. I'm glad that worked out. Yay! She says, thanking you. Awesome. Yeah, I love it. So, so I bought a house on Belfalas, and it's far away from the other houses, or from that center of town, because, let me rewind this thought. Sorry, I get so far ahead in my thought sometimes I skip ahead and I forget to include you all in the rest of my thought. So one of the cool things you can do is, if you have a Belfalas house, is there is the center of the place where all the crafting stations and everything exists. There's a far-ranging stablemaster there. And the far-ranging stablemaster is great. They'll send you to all sorts of fantastic places, and like for pretty cheap too, like the normal cost of traveling. But you can get to the party tree, and you can get to, you can get all sorts of places. So it's very useful as a travel skill. However, there is a lot of Belfalas housing that is not next to that. And so there's like 1 or 2 houses that people are like, those are the prime ones to get if you want to use your traveling to your premium house as a way to get to the far-ranging stablemaster and travel out again really fast. It's a very quick way to do it, because your premium house travel skill has a 1-minute cooldown. No matter what other cooldowns you've bought or not bought, it always is a 1-minute cooldown. So that is amazing, right? So 1 minute you could travel to your premium house. Every minute you could travel back. So it's really a really useful travel skill to have. But if you have a Cape of Belfalas house that is not right next to that, then it adds a little bit of time because you've got to ride over there. So what I did is, in the Lotro store, there is a cool thing that they have added which are these posts, like a lamp post. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and the lamp post. But let me see, what is it? What is the category that it's under? I can't even remember what they're called. But they're cool. Anyway, it's basically you have a Stablemaster at your house. Oh, here it is. Yeah. So like the Shire Stablemaster's stand, and it's this cute little light post with a little hook standing out, like you could hang a flag or something from that. Or there's the Gondorian Stablemaster stand. The Elven Stablemaster stand is this beautiful woven arch. There's a Rohirric Stablemaster stand, which has, like, of course, a horse's head on mount or carved head on the top. It's not have an actual horse's head on top; that'd be kind of gross. The Dwarf Stablemaster stand, so it's very, made out of stone. And then the Breland Stablemaster stand is like a wood frame thing. So basically, you put that in your yard. It's a yard item. It's a housing item. Actually, can it go indoors? I mean, you wouldn't want to have it indoors. Outdoors is the best place. Fits a small yard hook. Okay, so you put it, oh, that's outdated information. Because there's, oh yeah, no, right, there's still small and large yard hooks. That's right, they haven't updated that. It's indoors that they've changed. So anyways, you buy one of these Stablemaster stand, and it is a far-ranging Stablemaster. So what I did is I have a house in Belfalas, far away from anything else, totally fine, got a Stablemaster stand. So I show up on my doorstep, I walk a few steps, there's my Stablemaster, I click on that, and I go anywhere. So it's even better than being right next to the place that some people have. Now, of course, it does cost 700 Lotra points. It was totally worth it. And so I got the Shire Stablemaster stand because it's so cute. And you can choose whether it's a male or a female that comes out of it, I think. So, as I seem to recall that, choosing. The Gondor one is pretty, says Winnie. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, so that is a shortcut you can do if you buy a house, a premium house, any house actually. Somebody in our kin neighborhood has one, in the Shire. So you can get one of those Stablemaster stands, stick it in your yard, and then you've got fast travel, all the time, right straight out of your house, right in front of your yard. It's pretty neat. Oh, we were looking at the mounts. That's right, we were looking at the mounts. So let's see, the Winged Herald we looked at, the Elk we looked at. I haven't got the other ones. Oh, the stand has a 5-minute cooldown. So you could travel, so you travel there with your 1-minute cooldown, use the stand, go away, come back home, then you've got like probably 3 more minutes to wait. That's a funny idea though. The Steed of Ered Mithrin. Oh wait, where's that goat? The goat of Ered Mithrin. That one's pretty. I think I must have already gotten that one because it's not showing up here. Let's see. Ered. Yes. Look at this. Oh, look at that beauty. It's got some great stuff. And up close, it looks even more majestic than this. That's what it is. It's very majestic looking. That's a good one. And with Moria coming up here on Treebeard, that is a good one to consider getting because you can ride goats in Moria. I will be riding this goat in Moria. You know it because he's a beauty. Yeah, you can decide if you want a male or a female Stablemaster. Awesome. So the hobby horse, that one's funny. It's like a hobby horse. I'm hoping that they have those again at the Yule Fest because, oh my gosh, those were so cute. Let's see. So the hobby horse, yeah. So the hobby horse is just, and it's just laying there when you're like. when you don't have it out. Then there's the winter hobby deer, and it looks like a reindeer, but it's a hobby horse. And then there's the Yule hobby horse, which is painted white, and then it's got like the stripes and stuff for the harness that would be on it. It's very cute. Those are very cute. I hope those come back at the Yule time. Howdy, 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 says Cordar. Well, welcome to the stream. The Thunder Boar, yes, okay, so that's a good point. So somebody says Eriador says the Thunder Boar works in Moria too. Yes. The boars and the goats work in Moria. So if you buy Fate of Gundabad, either the middle pack or the high pack, those come with boars. If you bought War of the Three Peaks, there was a boar in the middle pack and another boar in the biggest pack. So if you have, either of those packs, you also have some boars, and you can use those for riding around in Moria also. So yeah, so the boar, I did both. I feel like I'm missing. Well, there's the Fateful Thunder Boar, and this one leaves a trail of. He's got like things on his feet, and so he leaves a trail of sparks as he goes riding along. It's kind of funny. So that one's from Gundabad, and then there's the Elder Slade Boar. That was the Three Peaks middle package. And then the Fateful Thunder Boar. Wait, no, sorry, I get these mixed up. There, and then there it is, the Boar of the Three Peaks. That's the one that was in the big bundle. So I went ahead and got those because I'm, the collecting all the mounts and all the pets and all that thing. So now the cool thing about that is when you bought those packages, every single one of your characters got this. Like these are account wide. Every time I make a new character, like they come with all of these steeds that I've gotten. So that's really cool. That is a very handy thing. Yes, the hobby horse. So if you have like journeyman riding, which gives you like 78% speed instead of like 62% speed, and then you use the hobby horse, it's just like you're like this kid on caffeine running around. It's hilarious. You figured it was bad shoeing on the boar. You were trying to find a better stablemaster. I think it's intended, like, I think it's supposed to be like armor. He's like, I've got my spikes out. I mean, if the boar were, telling us what their thoughts were. So, okay, so yes, so there's a bunch of steeds here also at the Curator that you can get. And you'll notice there are some war steeds, so you can get war steed versions of some things, like the War Steed of Ered Mithrin, the Steed of Ered Mithrin, so on. But we don't need war steeds yet because Rohan is far away from us currently on this server, so we got a ways to go. Okay, so that's the sort of thing that you'll find at the Curator and when she appears, and she is a part-timer, so be prepared to get in there and get your stuff now. She's here now, and I can't remember. No, the Steed of Many Colors is still there. Hold on. I was looking, I'm gonna get it. Hang on. Oh, Shifting Hues, I think. Maybe they did rename it then. What's that? There's the Steed of Shifting Hues. I think there is a different one. Yeah, hang on a second. So that one, it changes. Yeah, see how the thing kind of rainbowy? There's that one. But let me see if there is a Many Colors. There is a Many Colors one also. Notice the horse is different. See, this one is kind of like a gray horse. And this one, it says completed, available by completing the deed, the Armies of Isengard. So this is if you complete the deed, and then the Shifting Hues you can just buy for Figments of Splendor. And notice the horse is dark. So it's a different horse. Well, steed. It would give me a pony. If I got the Steed of the Shifting Hues, I would have a pony of Shifting Hues. So ponies are when it says steed, that's the generic. And then once you obtain it, it gives you the right one. So if it's a Steed of Shifting Hues, if you're an elf, a human, or a Bjorning, the tall people, you'll get the horse. And if you get a steed and you're a dwarf or a hobbit, you'll get the pony. That's how that splits it out for you. Yeah. So it's the same. Yeah. So there you go. And I can get the Steed of the Shifting Hues. I think I can get that from Rowan Raspberry. Let me check with her real quick.
Are you looking for something, friend?
And mounts. Oh no, maybe it was ooh, the Steed of Bright Company. Don't get distracted. Maybe it is the Curator that has the
How may I
shifting hues
help
one
you?
then. We were just looking there, weren't we? Mounts. Oh yeah, there it is. Steed of Shifting Hues. Oh, it was grayed out. That's why I wasn't paying attention to it. Yes, I think I'm going to save up for that one. I only need 500 more, and then I can get the Steed of the Shifting Hues. It just seems a bit strange because I think of the Shifting Hues, I think of Saruman and a Hobbit on a pony of the Shifting Hues. Thinking about Saruman, it just seems like a weird conflagration of things. All right, so we've spent almost 2 hours talking about housing things and the Curator and what we did talk about though at the beginning, we went through the festival things that you can barter for with festival tokens. So we haven't been completely non-festival here. I did say in my tweet that we were going to go into the Haunted Burrow today. So if any of you are still going, yes, but what about that Haunted Burrow? I will endeavor to satisfy those desires now. So if you have any questions, yeah, you think the cool colors make up for the Saruman reference. They are. It is a really cool looking steed. I have it on an elf on over on Evernight, and it is a great look. Okay, so here we are at the Haunted Burrow. So the first week, so this is the third week during my streams that the Harvest Festival has been active. So the first week we went over like how do you get access to the Haunted Burrow, how do you get access to Westmead. So we took care of the how do I get there questions, right? And then last week we spent some time in Westmead itself with the horse over there, and we looked at the different quests you can do in that area. And then we also did, ooh, hang on, squirrel. This is nice. I like the red choices with the, remember we were looking at this outfit earlier? This is one of the ones you can buy. Oh, hey, I remember I was, this person, they were looking for help before. We're gonna inspect her again. So yeah, check that out. That is the Autumn Leaf Mail Hobrick. She's dyed it red, and then she's put on some red shoes to go with it. Fine Elven Protector's boots. And I can't remember if those by default are red or if she's dyed them red. That is very striking though, isn't it? With that Hobrick. Because remember it was kind of all that kind of gold color. And so to dye those parts red is nice. Okay, so yes, okay, so then last time we spent some time over in Westmead. Hang on just a second. So I'm going to go into the Haunted Burrow, and I can give a tour. I could show you exactly where to find a particular quest line. We could just walk through and kind of, I can point things out. So let me know here if you have a preference on which of these that I do. And let me tell her real quick, and I'm kind of busy at the moment. Okay. She was also just mentioning, this person standing next to me, that she has the same mount, but hers is bigger. And there you go. So there's the, oops, let me move backwards. So you can see right there how, yeah, she's got the bigger one. Let me get rid of all the extra stuff for a minute there. You can see how mine is shorter because I have the pony. And because she's an elf, I think, yeah, well, universal elf care. Ha ha. I love that kid name. How hers is much bigger than mine. Mine's a little pony and hers is a big horse. So I think it's awesome that they, like, that's such a little detail that they didn't have to do. And yet they did. Okay, so I have not heard any particular preferences in the chat there. So what we can do is, there's a whole bunch of quests here and they do different things. They go into different places within the Haunted Burrow, but pretty much there's kind of a path that you follow in general. So true, and Riddle in a Bottle is different. Agathor is pointing out that Riddle in a Bottle is kind of strange and weird because the doors and the portals are different than the other quests. So let me go ahead and may pop into the burrow here, and I'll show you what your normal route is, and then we'll do the Riddle quest, and I'll show you that route. So when you first come in the door, you come to kind of an intersection here, and you have to either go to the left or to the right. So now if we kind of look, let me just shuffle. So if we look over here, there's a hallway and you'll see the bookcase that you're able to pop through. And once you pop through, you kind of do a little jog to the left. If we go the other direction, again, we have a hallway and it leads down, and again, it's a little jog off to the right. So it has a sort of symmetry on the inside of this main part of the burrow. Now, when you first come in, Lobelia is right here, and she's scared and stuff. So that's where you find her. If you're ever on one side of the bookshelf, now you have to click the bookshelf to get it to open. So if you go through the bookshelf, you can see there's a little hallway here. So if I had to get to the other side, I can pop through and there's the other bookshelf. So there's a little shortcut for you. Okay, so most of the time you are gonna come in, you're gonna go right, you're gonna go down to the end here, you're gonna turn and head your way down this hallway. And then you're gonna start making some choices. And generally you're gonna go over to the attic, which is right here. And you're gonna go in the attic door. And then when you're done in the attic, you're gonna come right back out this door. So then you find yourself facing the opposite direction. And you just do a little jog. And you're gonna go here into the cobweb wing. And you go through the cobweb wing and it's gonna take you to the creeping wing. You go through the creeping wing, it drops you out into the basement. You go through the basement and it drops you out on the other side, the other hallway. We'll come over here. So when you come out of the basement, it's going to drop you out over here. So then you're going to turn and go back down then, which was the left side hallway. And there's a little scared hobbit. And you find yourself on the other side of the bookshelf on this side. And you come out and around, and there's the front door. So it takes you in basically a circle. So many tells, yeah. So let me show you then, after we get back out, I'll grab the bottle quest. And I will show you how it's very different. So Adalgrim here, and it's a timed quest. All right, so what he says is, "Hello, friend. As many folk in these parts know, old Mad Baggins was a great lover of riddles, so it seems he left a riddle or two for us in his haunted burrow. Only problem is, I can't make a thing of it. After the first riddle, I must have had a drink from the wrong bottle, and it made me worse off than before. I believe he meant for us to have a great treasure if we managed to solve it all, but who has the patience for such tomfoolery? If you can figure it out and tell me how it goes, I'll be sure to give you all the coins I've managed to get my hands on so far. So this is one of the Haunted Burrow quests that fall in that category of you can only have one of these active at a time, so you can't like pile them all up and then try and do them all at once. You have to do one, finish it, turn it in, then you can pick up another one. So this is one of those. And it's a repeatable quest. You can do it every day. It comes back up. So your objective is use the hint inside the Haunted Burrow to determine which bottle to drink from, and this will help navigate the course. Follow the riddles through the burrow before the time runs out. So we'll go ahead and take that. So now I have 5 minutes and 13 seconds. So we're gonna go in. We're not gonna dawdle too much here. So the first thing we've got here is now this table has stuff lit up on it. There is a clue. So you can click on the clue and it does take you through. And it says the correct bottle, he weeps golden tears in morning's light, a mighty shield, he makes at sun's height. So the reading of the clues is fun. And it'll tell you the orange bottle has the etching of a warrior, the white bottle has an etching of a tree, and the blue bottle has an etching of a cloud. So what I would suggest you do is go to the wiki, read the clues, enjoy that, and then come back here and just do it, because that way you don't run out of time. That's what I do. So I know, so there's the orange bottle, there's the white bottle, there's the blue bottle. The first, okay, here we go for spoilers. So mute it if you don't want to hear the spoilers. The answer for this first table is the white bottle. So we're gonna drink out of that. And now I have shields around me. And that allows me to get through the Haunted Burrow for a few minutes without any of the effects hitting me. So now I'm gonna go down this left hallway. So here's where we diverge immediately. And I'm gonna go straight through the bookshelf. I'm gonna zigzag like normal. Now here it's straight ahead of me. And it says riddle door to the cobweb wing. You must have the quest a riddle in a bottle, which we do. That's the only way you can get through this door. Otherwise it's locked. Now the next table is here. Don't move forward or you might get caught by one of the little spiders, because as before mentions, that shield is gone. It only lasts till you get to the door. But if you click on the bottle from here, you're safe. So I know this one, table number 2, is the blue bottle. So here we go. And I'm now surrounded by shields. So our normal path out of here is we go forward and we go do whatever we're doing, and then we come back to this door here. That's not where we're going this time. We're going over toward where you find the little bear that you beat up on. Go to the hidden door, and then it's straight ahead of you. Oops, I should actually move. There we go. So now we're going into the creeping wing. We have table number 3. You go straight forward. The clue's on the floor. You can read the clue. This one, it's the orange bottle. Spoilers, it's the orange bottle. Again, I've got my shields. Now, our normal exit is over there. Remember, normally you just come in and you kind of scoot that way and keep going. But we are going to go this direction, like we are going to deal with that Hobbit that you touch the candle and get him out. But we're not going that way. We're going the opposite direction. Here's where those things grab you if you try to walk through. And here is the door we're looking for. So it's a little weird compared to your normal. Okay, and then the blue bottle is, again, our answer here. So 2nd and 4th, the blue bottle. And we are going to run through, and this is normal. So this is nice. So you do like the zigzag along here, make a big U-turn, and it's the 2nd door at the end. So the basement, remember, is kind of like a big reverse N. Whoops. I meant to run in and I ran past. Let's try that again. Okay, so now I've popped out, and remember, that's the door we just went through to get to start it. This is the door we came out of. And now we are going to run back to the beginning. Now we don't have any of our buffs, like we don't get that buff thing. So, oops, hang on, I didn't hit the door right. Almost there. Get back out to him before the time runs out. So I didn't read the quests this time because I knew the answers and I wanted to make sure I showed you before time ran out. But if I wasn't talking through everything, I probably would have had time to read the quests and make a decision. Because right now I've got 38 seconds left. Anyway, so you get back to him and he gives you the 3 tokens. So I hope that helps. So again, remember, most of the stuff you're going to do when you go in is you're going to go in and you're going to go off to the right and go off and start your quest that direction. But the bottle quest, you go in, you do the bottle, and you go off to the left, and it's straight at the end. Hopefully that helps. Because yeah, the riddle in a bottle one is, I think, like you say, is the most odd one. Because if you're doing Holdfast Burrows with his missing things, you go off to the right, you grab the thing there, go into the attic, grab the one there, and you just chain your way through like normal. The May Gamgee and her missing hobbits, same path. Poppy Cotton and the race or the stroll through the burrow, same path. Polo Proudfoot, his is, slightly different in the sense that you do each part of the path separately because you take the one for the attic, so you go into the attic and then you just come back out, and then you take the one for the cobweb wing and you go in and you do that and you do that. So he has, again, the similar sort of path though, where you start with the right and you always go to the right. And even if you're doing the In-League and Ale Association, the Ale Association guy, he has you go scare all the hobbits. So you take the path where you go start on the right. Cora Brownlock, she's the only one that's also slightly different because you want to go in and grab a bottle of wine for her and bring it back out. And the closest one that I have found is if I go off to the left. It's near the end, kind of by that door, but at the end. You just make a U-turn and it's in a little corner right there. So yes, I don't read the clues anymore in the bottle quest because, as Winnie says, you just memorize white, blue, orange, blue. And also, if you're remembering that, I have Lotropad is a plugin that I use, and I have the bottle order written down just to kind of get me going. And then, but now I'm at the point where I've got it memorized again, so. You do have to look at the bottles and where they stand. If you just do middle, middle, left, middle. I know it's white, blue, orange, blue. And the blue words always stick up higher than the other ones. So it's just you have to get white and then the one that sticks up, and then orange and then the one that sticks up. So that's how that works for me. At least it works out like that when I'm a hobbit. When I'm not a hobbit, you kind of have to look at things a little differently. All right, so I think that will cover everything we're going to do today. So if you're still doing festival, remember, go get your wrapper from Rosa Hornblower over there. Go get your 10 quests done. Go back to Rosa, turn it in. You get your bonus 5 tokens every day that way. Every third day, you get an extra bonus and some Figments of Splendor, which you can then go to the Curator and go and get all that cool stuff. So yeah. Oh, and then if you have tokens from other festivals and you are short on tokens for a particular festival, like if you're in this festival and you're like, oh, if I only had 5 more tokens or whatever, you can come to Becca Burdock right here. And she's always here. She's here all year round. And you just take a look at her and you can barter. And I can give her, 20 Fall Festival tokens to get a box. I can give her 5 Midsummer tokens. I could give her, well, I don't have any of the others right now, but, oh yeah, I've got Snowy, I've got Farmer's Fair. I could give her 25 Farmer's Fair tokens. I could give her 10 Anniversary tokens or 10 Spring Leaves. And what she'll do is she would give me a box of festival tokens. And what I do with that is I open it up and then I pick one of those categories. So I would give her however many of those tokens I just said. She gives me a box out of which I will take either 6 Spring Leaves or 6 Anniversary tokens or 3 Midsummer tokens. Now remember, it cost me, 5 Midsummer tokens? and I would get 3 Midsummer tokens. So it's not as good as maybe just getting them at the festival itself. But if you find that like one festival you're really good at getting tons and tons of tokens, and maybe another festival it's a real struggle for you, then that is a great way to use your experience from one festival to help pay for stuff at another festival. So we've done that. There's another way to get tokens. Yes, that's true. The Ale Association and the Inn League, and they also count these two guys, or this guy and the lady over there. They have quests here at the Haunted Burrow, and those do count towards your daily wrapper. They are festival quests, as opposed to like the delivery quests that we did last week. They don't count towards your 10 quests of the festival. Yes, you can get badges of dishonor from the Ale Association, and you can get badges of taste, thank you, from the Inn League when you do the delivery quests. So let me show you my wallet. I will show you my wallet here. Let me pull this open. Wallet, where's my wallet? Am I not clicking on the right thing? What is going on here? I wonder if I shoved something in the way. Maybe my Titan bar's in the way. Hold on. Oh, the wine bottle? Oh, okay, we could go back in a second. Hang on, I'm trying to... What did I cannot figure out why I can't click on my wallet. Well, anyway, they go into your wallet, the badges of taste and your badges of dishonor. So, yeah, I was trying to. It's okay. I've never had a problem before, so I don't know what I've done. It's okay. So anyway, so back here is the Inn League headquarters, and so you can come in here and go to the Inn League trader, and I could get for only two of these badges of taste. So that's a great deal, and I could get a box of festival tokens just like I was just talking about. So like, okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. So like I spend 2 tokens, I got a box of festival tokens. There it is, and if I click on it, right there is the pop-up, and I get to choose which one of these items that I want to trade for. So that is another really great way to get a lot of festival tokens if you aren't interested in buying anything else in here. And if you are doing those delivery quests, like we've been doing them every day because we're trying to get to full reputation with the Inn League and the Ale Association. So we've been doing all of the delivery quests every day, which means we're getting like, what is that? How many quests, how many deliveries is that? 14 each?
14 days of deliveries.
No, how many deliveries per day is it? 11. Oh, okay. 11 deliveries, so 22 total, 11 of each. 11 for the Inn League and 11 for the Ale Association. So we're getting a total of 22 tokens every day, 11 for the one and 11 for the other. But so that's basically equivalent to 10 of those boxes a day. So we could get 10 or 11 of those boxes a day. So we could buy, 11 boxes, 22 boxes every other day, which is, it still gets you a ton of festival tokens. So that's another way to stock up on tokens, especially if you're already an Inn League member or an Ale Association member, and you have a hunter. I cannot overestimate the value of having a hunter for those delivery quests. I think I hear that somebody mentioned that they were trying to figure out where the bottle is in, so let me show you with the bottle that I do for the Inn Association, or for the Inn League lady. So again, we're here, we just walked in. I go straight forward to the table of bottles. I'm gonna go down the left hallway this time. So, yep, through the bookshelf, across the spooky thing. Now, some people are like, oh, why does it keep getting dark in here? These are area effect places. So anytime you see one of these squares on the ground, there's an area effect happening. That's why. It's not something going on weird with your computer or something. That's part of the game here. Okay, so we've gone all the way down this hallway. And just to kind of give you a little quick tour of where we are. That's the door we went through with the riddle in a bottle. Can't go through it now, it's locked. To our right is the door to the basement. You can use that. That takes you right into that front, takes you into the basement to the main entrance. So you can, that's really handy if you're looking for that, that chest, that hidden chest. So, okay, so if we turn left, like we're gonna go down and maybe see the missing Hobbit, you know, down that way, or maybe we're going to that part of the hidden burrow where you can go grab those, open those chests. If I turn, before I go there, right in this cubby, right here, that is the bottle of wine. Let me scooch in a little bit so you can see it. So that's the bottle of wine right there. And it'll be lit up. If you are doing the quest, it'll be lit up. So it has an induction, so you click on it, and it's like you're taking a big drink of wine, and then it'll end up in your hands, and then you can walk out with it. Oh, somebody hit me with an effect. That's awesome. Oh no, I think it's hitting me with an effect, because I'm immune, so it must be the room. So then you just, yeah, you take the bottle, you're now carrying it. So you go back into the long hallway, you just turn, run down here, zigzag, through the bookshelf, to the front door, zigzag, out the front door. And then you can't turn it in until you're like on top of her, basically. Like you have to, so you can't turn it in from here, and you can't turn it in from here. Like you kind of have to go, you know, past her. And then it basically drops the bottle in her lap, and then you can click on her and turn in the quest. So, because I ran into that the first time, or a couple times I was doing it, I could not figure out why I wasn't able to complete the quest. And it's because you kind of need to go past her, and it's as if you are handing it to her, and then you kind of turn around and look at her again and give it, and then you turn in the quest. Yes, that's 2 loading screens saved. Yes, it's so funny because I don't know how I found that one, but at some point I found that one. And somebody else was doing it the other day, and they're like, yeah, and then there's one in the basement. I was like, I didn't even know there were other bottles in this place. I've always gone to the one on the main burrow to get it. So yes, I am happy to share that knowledge with you. So much easier. Yeah, and we just joined the Ale Association this festival. So I'm very excited to do the Ale Association quests in the festival like this one. I love how we have this. I'm guessing there's an Ale Association one at the Spring Festival, right? When you've got the maze. I know the In-League one where you go to the middle of the maze and you drink out of the big barrel and then you walk your way back out. So yes, I'm very interested to see what other Ale Association things are available. Doing the quest. I think it's late. It's 20 minutes past and my throat's starting to get sore. All right, so yeah, yes, doing the delivery quests on a character that has all the ports is so useful, or with a hunter. Yes, Winnie, thank you so much for coming by. I know you gotta go, but yeah, that's what I'm here for, right, man? Like, I'm happy to share everything I've learned. Happy to spread the knowledge. So okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the delivery quests anyway because we want to, and we're gonna do them anyway. So I might as well do it on stream with y'all. So you're welcome to stick around. Housekeeping, let's go through. So this is the final few days of the festival. It goes through November 2nd. It technically goes through, what is it, festival? It technically goes through November 3rd at 3 a.m. So basically consider that November 2nd is your last day of the festival. So just be prepared for that. I actually started a new character during the festival, didn't do the math, but got lucky. If I do the festival every single day with her, she will do the entire full set of wrappers. So that's really neat. So I'm getting plenty of tokens so I can buy all the things I want. Pretzels. That should show you all the pretzel cosmetics. That'd be hilarious. Okay, so then November is coming. There are no festivals in Lotro in November at this time. There's no events, there's no Hobnanigans because they're doing that on even number months right now. So beginning of December, we'll have a Hobnanigans weekend. That'll be fun. So there's like a VIP weekend. There's a better crafting weekend. There's stuff like that happening in November, but there's no festivaling that's happening in November. So we will be catching up on bingo because we are not doing bingo during festival time. So we'll be spending some non-festival time to catch up on bingo, and probably some Wildwood time because we just started getting into the Wildwood and I'm really enjoying it there. So if we have any of that left to go, we'll definitely do some of that. I'm hoping we can get into Angmar and maybe do some legendary Angmar stuff because we're on the legendary server. So my hope is to get into some legendary Angmar possibly November, definitely December. But by the time we get to December, we're going to be getting into the Yule Festival. So we'll see if we are able to get into any of that in November. So if there's anything else that you are excited to see in November, let me know. You can send me a message in the game. You can message me on, where else? Where else am I? This video will be cross-posted over onto my YouTube channel, which is Life Beyond the Shire. I also have a website, lifebeyondtheshire.com. And of course, this video will be here on Twitch, but you can't leave comments after the fact. So yes, if you're interested in me doing anything specific in November, let me know. Okay, so I think what we're going to do then is we are going to go and do the deliveries. I might not talk as much because my throat is getting a little sore. But we will at least show you everything we're going to do. So hang on a second. I'm going to pull up. We have a quick list of where to go, the in-league path. So I have a quick list, a short, it's like go here, go here, go here. So you kind of have to know what you're doing, but we've done this like multiple times. Okay, so I think I'm ready. Oh, wait, hang on. I gotta go bob for apples. I didn't bob for apples yet. The 4 different areas, starter areas, have, for this festival, a cute little thing you can do where you can, bob for apples or search for a scroll or pick out a geode, whatever. And they give you a here. So now I can barter it to the games master. And I have a whole bunch of these. I should go ahead and turn them all in. So you get a good one, it's worth 3. If you get a medium one, it's worth 2. And if you get a little one, it's worth 1. I just turn them in for tokens. Okay, I'm ready. You ready? All right, let's go. We're going to Thorin's Hall. So we're going to pick up the Ale Association quests. We have already, you'll notice I have a slew of drinks down here. And those are the in-league drinks. So what you can do is you can stock up ahead of time with all the in-league stuff. But the Ale Association, they won't let you get the drinks ahead of time. So you have to do it during the thing. Okay, so we're going into the hall. And we did this on stream last week too. So this will be a review for some of y'all. I'm also going to check that box of geodes. A pristine geode. Hey, Games Master, would you like a pristine geode? I would love to give it to you. Yeah. Turn these things in. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. More tokens. Okay, so I'm going over here to the Ale Association Tavern Keep. That's a good idea. I'll go ahead and mount up. And I am basically taking all of these quests.
Come and stay a moment, friend. Welcome. You've come at a most fortuitous time.
You're working through some more of the emotes.
Come at a most fortuitous time.
Affodil has picked up a stack of some of the festival emotes and is working through them in an effort to get the deed. Okay, so he's blue. I have everything. one of the things to pick up is from Tavern Keep right here. Very convenient. All right, pick up number 1. Now we're going to take my campfire that I have set down in Harlog in the Lone Lands. Can you be kindred with the Inn League and the Ale Association at the same time? Yes, you can. It takes a bit of coordination, but here, let me show you. When I turn in this Ale Association quest, I'm going to go up from the Ale Association 900, and I'm going to go down with the Inn League 500. But when I turn in the Inn League to him, I'm going to go up with the Inn League 900 and down with the Ale Association 500. So basically, it's always a net 400 progress. Hang on. Let me take us to the next place. Back to Bree. Going to Bree, we got a couple of drinks to pick up. So, so the delivery quest will always take you up with one and down with the other. But yes, there's a few initiation quests, the one where you gotta run around and drink at a whole bunch of different locations. And those are up with one, no effect on the other. So what you could do is when you get to kindred with one, go run the initiation with the other, and boom. You're doing the Inn League with your Hobbit and Ale Association with your Dwarf. I totally get it. Like, it's definitely in theme, right? To do it that way. The rewards of getting these badges, because each of them give you badges. I'm with B4 on this one. I want.
Oh, so much.
It's because you can do this all at the same time. I might as well. Okay, so let's see. That was Guide to Bree. Okay, milestone. This is one where we have set a milestone to Dooland, because that's the next place we want to go to. We actually want to go to Thrassy's Lodge. The closest Stablemaster is Dooland. So we just set a milestone there, and then we take the Stablemaster pony. However, I am going to ride down the hill first and check the scroll chest. Ha ha ha. This is Games Master number 3 for me. We'll turn that in later though. Because I have a milestone here, I can come back anytime. Okay, so now I go back up the hill. Oopsie. Stablemaster. Rassy's Lodge, if you please. So if I didn't have this milestone, I could go back to the front door of Bree, talk to that Stablemaster. He could send me to Calendem. Calendem can send me to Dooland. Dooland can send me to Thrassy's Lodge. None of that is swift travel except for Bree over to Calendem. And the other legs would be slow travel. But this is where you have time to like go get a drink of water or something. Oh good, we have a new freebie for the week. The freebie usually changes on Thursdays during my stream. So if you got the freebie earlier, you can get the second one now because it just changed. So the new one is a free universal ingredient pack. Oh, 10. A 10 pack, 10 times. Nice. I do like those universal ingredient packs. I use them a lot. In fact, what I did is I had my scholar craft for me a bunch of the, it's gotta be there somewhere, there it is, the refined light oils. And I did it with the universal ingredient packs. So it's bound to account, but it didn't use up any materials. It just used the ingredient packs. So that way my scholar could make them for my hunter, and it's almost like making them for free. Okay, so here we are with our dude, and see for this we're gonna get a badge of dishonor, which I want. Okay, so there's the fake one. I assume you've already gone through all the emotes here. All right, so after this, we go back to Bree. We're gonna go to Thornley's worksite after he's done emoting. Oh, that's horrible. What a foul taste. It seems I saved the worst for last. Da, da, da. All right, off to Bree. Mount up. Fantastic. All right, so I'll probably follow you once I get back. North, yeah. So yeah, because we can knock out both of them at the same time, basically, because we can do the Ale Association delivery and the in-league delivery, basically boom, boom, it's the same people. It's not like we have to go somewhere else. And so if I'm going there anyway, I might as well go ahead and do both. So sure, I'm not going up with one like as fast as I could because it would just be like 900, 900, 900, 900, as opposed to 900 back 5, 900 back 5. So it's a slower progression, sure. But even still, like we've been cranking this out this this festival, and so I've got, I mean, I'm about to hit max with the in-league, and I'm 9,000 out of 30,000 to hit max on the Ale Association. So it's, and that's just from this festival. I did some in-league previously, but it couldn't have been that much because the server's only been around for 4 months. Okay, so let's see, what did we do? Thrassy's Lodge, Thornley's, now we're going to Oscaruth. Osg. So, right, yeah, as before there puts in there, in 15 days, if you do this for 15 days, you'll get to Kindred, even with the going forward 900 back for 500. And that gets you 165 badges of taste and badges of dishonor. So it's quite a good deal. And Eldaleth, who's another streamer here on the Lotro stream channel, she was the one who actually pointed out that you can get those boxes of festival tokens with those badges and stuff. So it's a great deal. It's definitely worth doing if you are a festival junkie like I am. So before I also mention a couple of messages ago here, though, it was a game changer for me when I realized that milestones remember both where you are and where you're facing. I had no idea. This was a today discovery.
How can I be of service?
So when you bind to a milestone, you'll be able to see this because we're going to go and use one more milestone before this trip is done. We bound to 3 milestones to do this because I don't have Surikaila yet. That when you bind to a milestone, where you are standing and the direction you are facing, that's where you will pop in when you use that milestone. I had no idea that was a thing. I just assumed it was like a Stablemaster mount, you know, where they drop you off at where they drop you off, right? Like you arrive, you come, boom, you're done. Okay, so that was Forsaken Inn. So now we're going to Mickle Delving. Okay, now we're going to go do a little tour through the Shire. We got to go to Mickle Delving because we're going to the Bird and Baby Inn. We're going to pick up one there. Then we're going to pick up one in Hobbiton, pick up at the Green Dragon in Bywater, pick up at the Floating Log in Frogmorton. So this is the Shire tour. I mean, I think this is the Westfire thing, isn't it? Yes, we're not going to Brockenborings. That's true. Okay. I'm assuming I zoomed in after you. Yep. My loading's a little longer than yours right now. That is why. Okay, so here we are at the Bird and Baby Inn. Now, if I didn't have my hunter travel set to Harlog, I would have it set to the hill.
Hello there.
But having it go to the other place actually saves time. So we have a milestone set to Hobbit and Bywater. And just today we went and rearranged our where we drop in. So you'll see when I get there, I'm facing where I need to go, which is so cool. Ta-da! Look at that. Boom. Tell me that ain't cool.
do you do?
All right, so picked it up. That fake drink. So that's that milestone right there. So yeah, I have set mine so that when I arrive, I'm basically pointed like this and looking at him over there and as close, close to the door as I could get, kind of. So that was a fun discovery. Had no idea you had any sort of influence on that. That's pretty neat. Now, we didn't talk about the maze in Westmead today. The maze changes every day. There's 5 different ones, and it cycles through them one at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back to 1 again. So that's something to keep in mind if you're trying to do the maze deed, is that you need to do every one of them, both the regular, the challenge, as well as the cheat version. So you need 10 different maze runs and successful over 5 different days. Oh, so if you're just starting on the maze deed, today is your last day to start? Really? We have 5 days? No.
If you include today, you also have 6.
I'm going to follow you for a moment. Okay, if you include today, you have 6. Wow, I hadn't realized that we had that few days left of Festal. Right, because November 2nd, November 1st, October 31st, October 30th, 29th, and so that's 5, and today's the 28th, which is 6. Yeah, there you go. So start today, do it every day for the next 4 days, and you'll have 1 day to spare. You'll have this day to spare. Because the last day will be also the same mazes as today. Now, it changes at 10 o'clock server time, not 3 a.m. server time, but 10 a.m. server time. But remember, you can only do once a day because it's it's a regular festival thing. So you can do it in the morning or you can do it in the afternoon. Well, morning for us because we're in Europe. Let's see, hold on a second. So we just did all that. So now we're going to Estelden. So you basically want to choose, are you doing it before the maze changes or after the maze changes? Because that will, mess you up a little bit. Like for today, it's maze 4 right now, which meant it was maze 3 earlier today. And now we're going to Othrakar. This amuses me. We go Estelden so we can get to Othrakar, and then we'll go Avendim so we can go to Oatbarton. So we're going E to O, and then E to O. Nice and confusing. O-E-O. Ooh, let's see, today, I think we did the maze, didn't we? Let me check. Pretty sure we got it done on this character. Class, race, epic, race and social, completed. Let's see, it's called, what's it called? Could be called Westmead, maybe. Oh, there it is, Westmead Wheat Maze. Yep, 10 of 10. So you have to do challenging wheat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then cheat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the nice thing is you can do challenging and cheat on the same day. Thank goodness you don't have to wait. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if you had to wait? It'd be a 10-day instead of a 5-day cycle. That would be crazy. All right, so here we are coming up on Ophrakar, the Dwarven Enclave. And we have a fellow here to deliver to. So, B4 went through and kind of maximized out the best route. So that included when you're mounted up, you stay mounted. And when you're not mounted up, you don't need to be, basically. So we have mounted up here.
Might you lend me an ear?
Because we are going to go over to to Avendim. And when we arrive, we're going to ride over to the Stablemaster. So if we weren't mounted up, we would want to mount up and then ride over. So it's a little easier this way. Reputation changed. And changed again. It's just going to keep changing. I'm not going to worry about that. It'll probably keep popping up, though, because I've hit that border. Where it's going to go up and down and up and down.
Greetings.
So now we go to Oat Barton. The oatiest of Bartons. All right, another drink. It's such a long ride out before you fade out. It's kind of crazy. Oops, I forgot to jump off first. When you phase in, you can go ahead and jump off because where you need to go is at the north, is back the way you came, basically. Whoops. And we want to go talk to Haragar here. And we're going to give you stuff.
What do you need?
And you're going to give me stuff. All right, and then we go back to the Stablemaster again. Because now we want to go south to Brockenborings. Brockenborings, yeah. So because I'm, let me pull that back up. I'm right at that edge of, right now I'm kindred with the In League, but then as soon as I do the Ale Association, it's going to drop down. And then as soon as I do it again, it's going to pop back up. So it's just going to keep popping up with that message.
Hello
so that's
there.
kind of funny. My reputation has changed.
Stay and have some tea.
What?
Good day.
Indeed it has. So you do that delivery and then, there we go. Get stuck on the fence. No. All right, we got to go inside because we got one more to pick up. Is that one? Is that our last pickup? I can't remember.
How do you do?
Okay, and then we go to the Misty Mountains. So, Misty Mountains, we're going to Rimbar. Yeah, reputation changed again. Let's see, deliver, bring. That might be our last pickup. Oh no, we gotta go, oh yeah, right, gotta go to Hall of Fire. So this is one where you're not mounted up, but then you do want to mount up. Well, I mean, you could run, but it's just fast. It's just the amount of time it takes to mount is low enough that using it to ride up is useful.
What do you want?
Okay, so I've turned that into him. Zoop. And then we want to go to the Stablemaster because we're going to Rivendell,
Do you want?
but we want to be at the Rivendell Stablemaster, not the Rivendell location where the hunter brings you in. We should probably put this in a blog post again. All right, so here we go. We've materialized in Rivendell, and I want to go to Cad Candleth because I have a delivery to do there. So take swift travel. Now we're getting close to the end. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 stops after this. So we're getting close. We've gotten pretty quick at this. Oh, branches. I'm not gonna stop. Don't get distracted. Okay, so here we want to go, and there is somebody who would like a beverage. She's over here. Let's hope I don't throw myself off the end. All right, here we go. Thank you.
Sweet-eyed Malon, will you stay a
Okay,
moment?
so
Greetings
now,
to you.
amusingly, we were just in Rivendell. You're like, but you were just in Rivendell. It's true, we were, but it was a whole other part of Rivendell. It's like Mickle Delving to like Stock part of Rivendell. So far. It's miles away. We want to now go to the Hall of Fire inside the last Homely House. So we're going that way. And I'm following Affodil, who hopefully won't drop me off a bridge. It'd be the void that you drop me off of. The bridge is solid, that's true. It'd be the part next to the bridge that's less solid. That'd be the, yeah. That would not be ideal. That's true. Hey, we could do missions too in November. We got options. We got options for November for sure. Okay, so here we're gonna go in and we're gonna turn left and go into the Hall of Fire. I suppose on your screen, left is that way. Right, where Bilbo hangs out. It's like Bilbo's room, but it's not called Bilbo's room. If you go to Bilbo's room, you find Frodo. All right, so let me pick up this one. I love this one. You seek Darwinian red? You are wise to do so. It is a fine wine indeed. Subtle, complex. Rather like me, actually. He's such an elf. Okay, now we want to go to Surrey-Kyla so we can get to Zigglagund, but we don't have Surrey-Kyla. So we have milestones that are going to take us to Zigglagund. So this is where it's a little crazy that I'm a hunter, but I have 3 milestones, but this is why. Because sometimes it's just a little bit faster. This is another milestone we came over to today and fiddled with. Look at this. Boom. Straight shot right down to the dwarf. Hello, thirsty dwarf.
By my father,
Okay.
this is a sad day. Will you stay and speak with
Okay.
me a moment?
So now we are headed to West Angmar. A little flowy cape was getting in my way. I have the travel window. I use travel window. I love it. Travel window 2 is the one I'm using, and oh my gosh, love it. It is. I'm such a plugins person now. I really, really appreciate all the plugins that are available, and I definitely make use of them. Oops. Okay, I'll go through. Now this is there's a couple of couple of people that do some emoting when they get their drinks, and this is one of them. So the other one was the guy back at Thrassy's Lodge, and so you'll notice he's like scratching his head, and then I think we give him the swill in a minute, and he's like, "Oh, that's terrible," you know.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Yeah, he's gonna
How
like
can I be of service?
tell us how bad it was. Yeah, he collapses for a second there. Oh, it's awful. Okay, so that was West Angmar, and so then the last one we're doing is back to Thorin's, and we need to go to the Refuge of Adhelion. So one of those very, very early starting quest areas. If you're an elf or a dwarf, you'll do some early storyline out here. So that is where we are headed. So you'll notice that we get this done in under half an hour. So it is possible to do the delivery quests, both sides, in a short period of time. The things you would need to do to prepare for it is you would need to, you would want to, in advance, pick up all of the in-league drinks if you can. And then also make sure you have a hunter who has all those various locations, and if you don't, have a plan for how you're going to get there. So like for Doolin, or well, for Thrassy's Lodge, we use going through Doolin because it's just such a handy maneuver. But you could easily do Bree to Calendum to Doolin to Thrassy's Lodge. That one's not a problem. Forchel is a little bit more tricky because you do need to figure out how you're going to get up there. So that's where the milestone to Hrembar is nice. If you had Surrey-Kyla and then you take the swift travel over to Hrembarg, you know, but if you don't have that, because we haven't been questing, sorry, to Zigglagund, we haven't been questing in Forchel yet much. So that's a tricky one for us.
How can I
And
be
then
of
we have our milestone set to Hobbit and Bywater because
Mind my words,
it's just
traveler.
faster than riding cross country, but you don't have to do that. That one you could totally ride cross country from the Burden Baby Inn over to Hobbiton. So there you go. Ba-ba! And my reputation currently is kindred with the Inn League. Ooh, I'm gonna pop back and get the horse. And I have moved up from, I can't remember what I started at. I know at one point during this I was at 9,000 and now up to 12,600. So it's not, yeah, we'll have this done soon. Actually, what I might do is pop over to Bree because the Ale Association initiation just runs you around Bree and Staddle. It's really not too bad. And it's a lot faster than the In League one, it seems like. And it gives you 1,200 reputation. So that would again boost me forward by another, up to almost 14,000. Agathor does point out that if you don't have a milestone in Doolin, you could do Falthorn Homesteads is another option for Thrassy's Lodge. So, yeah, so there's lots of options. That's what I mean. Like, you'd want to at least have a plan before you get on the timer of how you're going to get to a couple of those places. I mean, heck, you could probably get to Thrassy's Lodge via Thorns Hall, and we had like, I don't know, 35 minutes left on our timer or something. So you could go up to Thorns Hall, ride down to the Stablemaster, do Gondamon and Gondamon to Thrassy's Lodge as well. It's a longer trip because again, it's not swift travel, any of that, which is why we usually do South Eredluin instead of North. But you can, use whatever skills you have at your disposal, and you can easily do it. So yeah, doing it all without a hunter as quickly as this would be a little bit tougher. I would find that, I don't know how you do it, but the wiki does have suggestions on how you could do it without a hunter, what stable masters you can take. And that doesn't even include anything. I don't think the Wildwood is helpful for this, but just trying to think of anything that has been added since that initial wiki post of that.
I tried Trader's Wharf up to High King's Crossing.
Oh yeah, Trader's Wharf to High King's Crossing to.
I tried to avoid that because the Tinador ride out was so long.
Yeah, and the Tinador, because the Tinador ride out. What we're saying is that because when you're riding out of Tinador, that ride out is kind of long compared to some of them. So using the Tinador as a way to get here and there is a little bit, it's not as fast as some of your other options, but you got options. All right, so what I'm doing is I want to check in with this lady because she will only talk to me if I'm kindred with the Inn League, and I'm now kindred with the Inn League. It just says you aren't high enough in reputation or whatever, but now she says the Inn League is a time-honored tradition in the Shire. Browse the shop. Oh, that's like normal shop stuff. Oh, cute. She has all sorts of wines and things. Flagon of white wine. Okay, but I don't want to buy wine from her. I want to barter.
A lovely day, isn't
The Inn League tunic and trousers. I've gotten that before. It's kind of cute. The short sleeve tunic and trousers. Oh, we have a bunch of that on Laurelin. We use it like as pajamas and stuff. That one's cute. But I want the horse. Prized Inn League Steed. It says rumors persist that the Inn League is not above allowing their mounts to partake of spirits from time to time. Maybe it is true. This horse does look a little tipsy. Well, that's what I'm getting. Kabam. And I assume it goes directly into my collections. Let's look up the word prized. I can't mount it in here, of course. Prized Inn League pony. And it's got little kegs on its side. Isn't that cute? We'll put that on in a minute. So there we go. Yay! There's the hooded cloak of the Inn League. That one, it's got a little patch on it and stuff. That's kind of cute. And then the regular cloak of the Inn League, same thing. It's got a little mug or something up there, I think it was. The Inn League lamp. Ooh, I want those. Hang on, let me get rid of that. Those look really nice. Those are really nice housing decorations. So let me get 4 of those because putting one on each side of the doorway is nice. And we're gonna get the Inn League decorative keg. That's the one where you take a drink and it sends you somewhere random. So good. Are in-league quests available only during festival? Yes. But it was clarified to me last week that the in-league headquarters is available outside of festivals. So you can still come in if you have the reputation, but you can only get the reputation during the festival itself. And it's open, like the in-league and Ale Association quests are, they do run those during almost every festival. There's like one festival they don't do it. So Yule Festival, they're definitely available. Okay, so let me get on my high pony. Prized in-league, no, not you. Prized in-league pony, let's take a look. There you go. Hey, dear cutie. It's got those little barrels. So funny. Yeah, what is that? Yeah, that is a mug. It's like a frothy mug. Oh, that's funny. That's their symbol. You can see it's underneath my foot too, on the saddle, and that's what was on the cloak, as well. Little dappled pony there. Aren't you a cutie pie? Well, there we go. Got my pony. So now I just need to get the Ale Association one, and I'll have both. That'll make me happy. You have a route for a class-agnostic single milestone 10-stop run, about 25 minutes. Nice. That's pretty awesome. Yeah. If you post that somewhere online, let me know. Or if you, I don't know, want to share that with me somehow, I could put it in the wiki. I could test it and then put it in the wiki, unless it's already in the wiki. But it's nice to have that stuff out there for the community, for sure. For sure. Okay, well, we are well past when I was gonna stop streaming. So I think I'm gonna get on my horse and ride. So it's short. It is not a high horse, after all. Wiki is kind of overgrown with routes. Yeah, fair enough. All right, y'all. Well, I am going to just put all sorts of stuff in front of my face that I didn't mean to do. Yeah, I'm going to get going. We talked about November. We're going to have some fun. I will be streaming once right before the Extra Life Day, and then the actual big Extra Life Day is a Saturday, November 6th. So we'll have, the schedule hasn't been sorted out yet, but we're on the stream team going to be streaming like all day through that day. I'm not sure if it's going to, yeah. So anyway, we'll figure it out, but we'll have the schedule out for you before the day. But basically just come check us out on the 6th. We'll be streaming and playing Lotro all day. It'll be awesome. Yeah, so let me give you a little bit of stuff there, because basically, yeah, if you also do, if you donate to Extra Life through one of the streamers, just send a message to Cord and let him know which goodies you want off of the goodie list that he has listed out on the forum thread, and you can get all sorts of fun stuff for the, thank you, for donating. So you donate, money goes to hospital help kids, and you get cool stuff to have in the game. Everybody is happy. So, all right, so I am, yeah, we're gonna do other stuff. We're gonna do bingo in November. We're gonna get into all sorts of other trouble. So, yeah, we'll see you next week. And thanks for sticking around, and thanks everybody for popping into the chat with your questions and helping each other out and giving ideas and stuff like that. Oh, before you go, just right, I wanted to show you, I'm making a cardigan. This is the one that started over the summer, and I'm just finally getting around to doing it. So I'm at the point where I have a sleeve, and I've started down the side. So I'm seaming it. So basically, it's like a tabard we were saying earlier. This is the unfinished side. So here's the unfinished, the open sleeve that will be seamed, and then down the side. So yeah, so check that out, huh? Isn't that wild? My first time I've done something like this. So it's, yeah. It's super chunky yarn. It's been an interesting thing to work with and to work on, but I'm having fun with it, so that's the big thing. Matching ones. Not yet. Well, I'll have to check in with B4 and see if he wants a cardigan of his own. He doesn't tend to get as cold as I do. This is wool, so it's gonna keep me really warm. I think I would have to make something for him out of extremely light material. So big open spots. I don't know. That's a fun idea. That's a funny idea. Now we don't need to turn the heat on. I know, I disagree with that. We'll have the finest sheep in the Shire. That's right. No, we have in-floor heating. It's part of the city. They have extra hot water, and so they pipe it in, and it's in our floors. And oh my gosh, it's so awesome. I can walk around and I can feel the heat sometimes on the floor. It's like heaven. I love it. But anyway, okay. Well, we can talk about floor heating and more crafts and stuff next time. So thanks, everybody. You had a great time. I had a good time tonight. I hope you all had a good time tonight. And we will see you next week. All right. Don't forget, wherever you go, whatever you do, stay connected to that Hobbit side of your heart. All right. Have a great rest of your day, evening, night, morning, whatever it is. All right. Bye now.